here?
Well, we's blowing the fumes from Granny's live soap over to Miss Drysdale's place.
Get off of that grinding wheel.
Oh, do you want to paddle a while? Faster, Billy, faster. The fumes and the smoke is getting around the kettle. We'll all be smothercated.
Granny.
Even your voice is changing. Cheers. Now, don't you try to stop me. Even a sweet-natured, soft-hearted saint like me can be pushed too far.
Granny, you told me you was going to be more tolerant of Miss Drysdale.
And I was. I forgive her for what she's done right off. But this is for them others. The ones that are too chicken-hearted to fight back for themselves.
Who's too chicken-hearted?
Them she chased out of her yard. Our chickens.
I told you to keep them penned up. The only thing she hates in her yard worse than chickens is us.
Well, they was just offering a hep and claw. She was having a lawn party. And folks was chomping on cookies and cakes. And our chickens seen the crumbs they was dropping. So they went through the hedge to help them clean up.
That still ain't an excuse to go building all this to torment her.
What are you doing out here anyway? Are you some kind of a troublemaker?
Matter of fact, I got a letter for you.
A letter for me? Who's it from?
I don't know. It ain't got no return address.
I'll steam it open.
Oh, Granny, it's for you. Just open it.
I ain't used to getting mail addressed to me. The only mail we get is for that other family. Name of occupant. It's from her. It's from her!
Who's her?
Adeline Ashley.
The Adeline Ashley?
The very one. The dream girl of every mountain boy from Pickle River to the state line.
Read the letter.
She's going to stop by and say howdy to us while she's here visiting friends in Cucamonga. Ain't that exciting?
No, I've never been to Cucamonga.
Oh, I meant her stopping here. Feature coming halfway across the world to just visit friends and traveling first class, too, by bus.
Her husband always was one to spend the money on her.
He's got it to spend. He's a big iron and steel tycoon, you know.
Granny, he's a blacksmith.
Yeah. And I can see Adeline yet helping him down at the forge. Always the perfect lady, swinging that big hammer, wearing her little white gloves. Ain't old snooty nose next door gonna be jealous of me?
Granny, you told me you was going to be more tolerant and charitable with Mrs. Drysdale. Remember? That includes letting her meet Adeline Ashley.
Oh, I'll introduce her. I ain't one to hold a grudge. All Miss Drysdale has to do is come over here.
Now you talking?
On her hands and knees, pushing a peanut with her nose.
Margaret, I don't care about the Clampett smoke and fumes as long as they're happy and not burning $10 bills.
You megalomaniac! You don't care about me!
Time to go, Chief. Oh, I hope I'm not barging into the middle of a tender romantic moment.
Don't get flip, Miss Hathaway. I can get another secretary.
Not unless you pay her a lot more than you pay me.
All right, get a little flip.
Excuse me.
Mr. Clampett, come in, come in.
Hello, Mr. Clampett.
Sit down, sit down.
Oh, no, Miss Dane, you sit there.
That's all right. I had to get up anyway.
Well, my dear Mr. Clampett, what can I do for you? Name anything. As long as it's not illegal. On second thought, name anything, period.
Well, it ain't a favor. I just wanted you to know that Granny is having a weekend visitor that I know Mrs. Drysdale is going to take to like a cold hog to warm mud. Oh, and no offense intended.
Oh, none taken. After all, you're a depositor. Margaret's only my wife.
Yeah, well, her name is Adeline Ashley, and she's a lot like your missus.
Really?
You know, extra high tone, social leader, style setter. I just know they're going to get along.
Ah, I see. Well, this lady's a friend of yours from back in the hills?
Oh, no, her friends wasn't backwoods corn huskers like us. She lives in the city.
Oh, well, maybe there is a chance. Now, wait a minute. You're not talking about Bug Tussle, are you?
No, Bug Tussle's a town. She lives in the city.
Oh, good. What city?
Turkey shoot.
Mr. Clampett, I'm afraid Margaret may be flying to Siberia that weekend.
What weekend is that?
When is Mrs. Ashley arriving?
I think Granny said 21st.
That's the one.
Gun it. I know they would have hit it off. Beverly Hills or turkey shoot. Class is class.
Now, according to the letter, Adeline Ashley will be here the 21st.
Well, that gives us a whole month.
Yeah, there won't be time to more than slick up a bit. We'll make new drapes, slip covers for all the furniture. We'll paint the whole house, inside and out. It's her! Adeline Ashley. I have got off to better starts. The Beverly Hills, Miss Ashley, ma'am. Your Majesty.
Up in gizzards. My nose is plumb broke.
No, it's up in the air like always.
Feels like it's a mule ticked. What you put on it?
The front door.
No, I'm sorry, what did you put on that cork?
My very best corn squeezing.
Domestic, ain't it?
What?
I favor the imported corn squeezins. You know, from over the county line.
I'll send Jethro to the hills for some. He can be back in a couple of weeks.
Never mind.
How's Mr. Ashley? Is he sick?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Oh, good.
He died.
Oh, dear. What an awful blow.
I'm back to normal by now. Time went by and pert near healed the wound.
I'm so glad. When did you lose him?
Last Thursday. Tom, rest his soul, would have wanted me to carry on as usual, but it's hard.
Of course it is.
Since he passed on, I ain't had but 2 days. If and you don't count the barn dance and the hayride.
Well. You have to meet my son-in-law, Jed. He's a widower, you know.
Yes, I seem to have heard something about that.
But he won't be for long. He's so handsome and a snappy dresser. I hope you can stay with us for a while.
Maybe I can find some time.
Good. You think it over. I'll be back in a minute.
What's the idea, Granny?
The idea is for you to get yourself slicked up before you meet the widow Ashley.
The widow Ashley?
Yeah. Mr. Ashley went to his reward and give you a chance to get yours right here on Earth.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. But take a look in there. That's a real lady.
Lady, she tips a jug a lot like a real man.
Did you see her little finger up in the air? That's what you call manners.
Either that or for hanging her empties on them.
Yes, it could have been a very sticky mess, Miss Hathaway. I can't imagine Margaret meeting Adeline Ashley.
Yes, your wife does behave as though anyone who didn't come over on the Mayflower is an undesirable alien.
Look, I'm not even particularly anxious to shake hands with that female Paul Bunyan.
Apparently there'll be no problem if your wife's going to be out of town.
I was mildly magnificent with Mr. Clampett. I used a few clever phrases, some ambiguous statements.
You lied to him.
That's right. It's a simple matter of lie now or pay later.
Drysdale's office. Yes, Mr. Clampett, he's right here.
Oh, hello, Mr. Clampett. I just want to tell you how inconsolable Margaret was when she found out that she wasn't going to meet Adeline Ashley. Oh, she was just broken-hearted. Yeah. Well, perhaps we can get them together some other time. Today? oh, yes, that would be great. Yes, she'll be thrilled. Yes. Goodbye.
If you're looking for dust on that, you won't find a lick.
No, I just want to see where some of these things is from. I see most of them is from France and England.
That's good, is it?
Not too. All my stuff come from much further away than that. It's made in Japan.
Well, here comes my tall, rich, handsome, kind, considerate, widower's son-in-law, Jim. Yes, I want you to meet the beautiful, elegant, fancy-mannered, well-dressed, and very strong widow, Adeline Ashley.
Hi, Miss Ashley. Hefting them blacksmith hammers sure has give you a powerful grip.
Oh, Dick, I bet you say that to all the girls.
No, he don't. You can believe me.
Well, sit down for a spell, ma'am. I'd like to chew the fat with you a little.
When you put it that way, I can hardly resist.
I'll leave you two youngsters alone so you can get better acquainted with each other. Well, how are you two getting along? I bring you a little light refreshment.
What kind of refreshment?
Well, it looks like pure, clear branch water, don't it? Oop! Spilled a drop.
You take your rheumatism medicine out of here.
But Jed, it's my private stock.
I told you, I don't want nobody drinking that. It's already been sitting so long that it's only good for blasting stumps.
It's all right, Granny. I find Jed's company is all the refreshment I need.
Oh, fine. Then I'll put on a little mood music. Something to break the ice.
My favorite song.
Yeah, it's Granny's favorite, too. Well, let's get back to our next-door neighbor, Ms. Drysdale.
Oh, do we have to?
Oh, we could talk about you and back home. Oh, doggone. I clean forgot. After all you've been through, I reckon it's too painful to talk about.
Oh, no. When my husband, what's-his-name, passed on.
Tom?
Yeah, Tom. Anyways, everybody says I'm still a prize catch.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Where else are you going to find a woman that's a combination fashion play and blacksmith?
You turn my head with talk like that.
Well,
Now, Jed, we've known one another for more than 20 minutes now. Isn't there some little question you'd like to pop?
Well, yeah. How do you shoe a mule?
You know how to shoe a mule.
Well, yeah, but not like you. They say that you're the fastest hammer in the hill.
All right. Come on, over here. Now, lean against that. Now, I take the mule's hoof, like this here.
Granny, are they holding hands yet? Oh, I wouldn't say that.
What are they doing?
I ain't sure. But if that's their idea of spooning, they need a refresher course.
Chief, I hate to keep reminding you, but the Clampetts and Adeline Ashley are expecting a visit from your wife.
Yes, and I was expecting you to think of a way to get her over there.
Chief, I can't. Adeline Ashley is a hillbilly. I'm sure your wife would rather be introduced to Jack the Ripper.
But what if Margaret thought she really was the leader of society?
Chief, even you couldn't tell that big a lie.
I could, but she wouldn't believe it.
Wait. There's one thing your wife would believe is absolute truth without a qualm or a moment's hesitation.
What's that?
Idle gossip.
Ah, too late for that now.
Not if we utilize the fastest, most efficient communications network ever known.
What's that?
Your wife's bridge club, I believe. President is Mrs. Travis. Yes, there she is, under B.
Travis is under B.
For blabbermouth. Hello, Mrs. Travis.
Yes? What is it?
This is the Beverly Hills News calling. We've heard a rumor that the fabulous socialite and style setter Adeline Ashley is in town. And we thought that you, as a leader of Beverly Hills society, might know her whereabouts.
I know the whereabouts of everyone who's anyone, but I certainly wouldn't tell the papers. My dear friend Adeline is entitled to her privacy.
There it is, Chief. We have now about a 10-minute wait.
If this doesn't work, tomorrow you don't either.
Millicent, keep this under your wig, but Adeline Ashley is in town. The famous socialite and style setter.
You call Bobo and Ethel, and I'll call June and Priscilla. And remember, it's a secret. And my name. Socialite in the
In almost 10 minutes now, Chief.
This telephone scheme isn't going to work. Say, maybe I could blackmail Margaret into meeting this Adeline Ashley. I still have those snapshots of her in a bathing suit.
Any time now.
Yes? Oh, Margaret. What news?
Adeline Ashley is in town. She's a legendary figure. Zillionaires. She has her own private fleet of yachts and a staff of ex-husbands to man them. Everyone in town is trying to find her and get her as a house guest. You know where she is, Milton?
Well, it's supposed to be a secret, but she's staying at the Clampetts. She must be one of those eccentric jet setters, Margaret, but she is a very good friend of the Clampetts. And Margaret?
Jed, don't you want to talk about something besides Granny when you're with a pretty girl like me?
Turned off nice weather today, didn't it?
Oops. I hope it's all right to meet you, Bunyan.
Sure is, honey. Miss Ashley, this here is my daughter, Ella Mae.
Howdy.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Granny said you was a real fancy talker.
Mercy. That's French for thank you.
Boy. Well, I'm feeding my critters now. Bye and mercy.
Dear little Granny. How sweet you look today.
One of us has been hitting the jug too hard.
Oh, no, I've changed. I'm so sorry for all the things I've done in the past. And it will never, ever happen again. I want us to be close friends.
I've been waiting for this for 6 years. Now I ain't so sure I want it.
Peace, Granny.
All right, Miss Drysdale, we's friends.
Good. Now may I meet Adeline Ashley?
I should have known that's what you was after.
Just wanted to invite her to be my house guest for a couple of weeks.
Close friends. Your friendship is as phony as your eyelashes.
Oh, please ask her.
I'm going to, just to hear her say no. By golly, she is anxious. I believe she would have pushed a peanut over here with her nose.
It ain't only Elias needs help. You could use some advice on dressing yourself.
This is my Sunday best.
Yes, but your outfit'd look a heap better if you was wearing spats with them boobs.
I'm obliged to you for your help.
As your wife, it wouldn't take me but a minute to have you all looking just as classy as me. Now, how about it, Jed?
Adeline,
All right. I'm gonna stop playing coy. Guess I'll have to twist your arm a little. Marry me.
I'm sorry, Adeline, but no.
This is the hose I got my first husband with.
Miss Ashley, you're trying my patience.
I declare. First it was grabbing his boot in the parlor, and now this. I'm going to have to give both of you spooning lessons. Our snooty neighbor over yonder, Miss Drysdale, wants you to be her house guest for a couple of weeks. I already know your answer.
I accept.
That's the wrong answer.
I ain't throwing away my youth waiting for you to propose, Jed. I've already wasted half a day.
Adeline, you mean you're going to stay over there with Miss Drysdale?
Well, I've got to get back to some sophisticates like myself. You know, the in crowd.
Hey, wait!
Let her go, Jethro.
But look where she's headed. She won't see the Drysdale's fish pond.
Let her go, Jethro.
See? She got soaked.
Yeah.
My husband gives at the office.
But Miss Drysdale, I'm Adeline Ashley. I'm going to be your house guest for the next 2 weeks. All right, I'll stay longer.
Sounds like Miss Drysdale is happy to see Adeline.
Well, birds of a feather, Granny. She's a peacock, and we're just a bunch of old crows.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, boy. This week's episode of Superbank is really terrific. Hey, look at this.
Chief, I am trying to drive. And besides, we're already late for Jethro's farewell breakfast.
Farewell breakfast. He's not going into the Army Reserve today. He's only going for an interview and a qualification test.
I know, but the Clampetts think he's going. And besides, we have already kept them waiting because you had to stop and buy those stupid comic books.
Superbanker is not a stupid comic book. It's the thrilling adventures of Harold Hart. In everyday life, a mild-mannered bank president. Oh, shut up! This is inspirational literature.
Oh, come now. A bank president who sneaks into his vault and comes out as money man?
Yes, money man. A patriot that fights for the things that make this country what it is. Baseball, mom's apple pie, hot dogs, second mortgages, hidden interest charges. In this week's episode, he's headed for France to stop the gold drain.
Any bank president who comes out of his vault looking like money is headed for South America.
You are coming dangerously close to seditious slander. Money Man is a national hero.
Only to you. To everybody else, he is an odious, imbecilic, nickel-nursing nut!
That does it. Now pull over and stop this car.
What for?
I am making a citizen's arrest. You bet. I am charging you with high treason. We're going to the FBI office in the Federal Building.
Oh, down! We are going to Jethro's farewell breakfast in the fancy eating room.
When are we going to give Jethro his presents and make our speeches, Paul?
Well, seeing it don't take the boy long to eat, maybe we'd best commence right now. Jethro, I know how you must feel this morning. Leaving home for the first time is a mighty solemn occasion. And I reckon your heart is full and there's a lump in your throat. We're mighty proud of you, and we know that you must be proud, too. Proud and happy at this chance to serve the country that has been so good to all of us. You have heard your country's call to duty, and this is your answer. Well, I reckon that's enough talking. I'll show you how I feel.
Don't shoot him, Jen. I ain't said my speech yet.
I ain't gonna shoot him, Granny. I just want to give him a squirrel gun. Jethro, my pa gave this gun to me, and his pa gave it to him. I think it's only fitting that I pass it along to... Boy. Soldier.
Well, Uncle Jed, you going hunting?
I'm just making you a going-away present of this rifle.
Well, thank you.
Now, I know the Army sets a great store by sharpshooting. And old Nellie here can bark a squirrel and... All right, Granny, you give it a try.
Mr. President, members of Congress, fellow delegates, honored guests, distinguished visitors. What's wrong with her?
Nothing. She's been reading speeches all week.
I think Thomas Jefferson expressed the emotions of all of us when he said, roll in flour, salt to taste, fry in deep fat.
Bring it on, Granny.
That's my directions for frying chicken.
Keep going, Granny. You're the first one to get his attention.
Oh, I can't make a speech, but I would like to say a few words about my president. Jethro, I want you to wear this uniform with pride and valor, like my granddaddy wore it in the Great War.
Granny, that's a Confederate uniform.
You bet it is. And this is the sword he used to defend our country when the North invaded America.
I'll slip out and answer the door.
It's decorated on the field of battle following our great victory at Gettysburg. And this medal was given to him by General Lee after the final Yankee defeat at Appomattox.
Granny, the Yankees wasn't defeated. It was the South.
What did you say?
I keep telling you, Granny. The North won. General Grant wasn't General Lee.
Well, howdy, folks. Come in.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, I'm so sorry we're late for Jethro's farewell breakfast.
Oh, that's all right. I know you got a lot of important things to tend to.
Important things. We stopped to pick up the latest edition of Super Banker comic book.
Don't blame her too much. He's really hooked on it.
What?
He's every woman's hero.
Of all the unmitigated...
That's all right, Miss Jane. You're just in time to hear Granny's farewell speech to Jethro.
Get away! Get away!
She must have made a very moving speech.
Yeah, I ain't seen the boy move that fast in a long time.
What was Jethro carrying?
His breakfast. He ain't one to let saving his life standing away eating.
Come back. Oh, howdy, Miss Jane, Mr. Drysdale.
Ellie?
I didn't have a chance to give Jethro my present.
Well, we'll get to that. You all go in the fancy eating room. I'll go fetch back the guest of honor and the Speaker of the House.
What are you giving him, Ellie?
Well, I made him a whole box of ladyfingers. He likes a snack between bites.
You mean between meals?
Not Jethro.
Here's my little going-away present, soldier boy. Something to decorate your barracks.
Thanks, Miss Jane. Oh, what is it?
It's a pin-up picture of me.
Please, not while we're eating.
Wow! A dog!
Let's see.
Boy, Miss Jane, in a bathing suit, you're a different woman.
How true, how true. Oh, here's my present, Jethro. Now, I know you have an appointment down at Reserve Headquarters, so I won't make any speeches.
Hey, will you look at this? Hey, what is it, Mr. Drysdale?
That, my boy, is a money man piggy bank. You see, he has a hole in his head.
How true, how true.
I'll show you how it works. When you drop in the dime, the eyes light up.
That's real cunning.
Sure is. Here's my present, Jethro.
Well, thanks, Ellie. Hey, what is it?
Well, I went and see. I made it myself.
Hey, Uncle Jed, will you look at this? Ellie made me bullets for your rifle.
That was ladyfingers. Give me a sword, Granny.
Well, I'm off to the reserve. Bye.
Don't stand there, Miss Hathaway. Get him, bring him back.
Yes, the dear boy forgot his picture.
Never mind that. My dime is still in that bank.
Make your country proud of you, boy. Remember, you're a Tennessee volunteer. Come on, Ellie. Let's get the flag and the rest of the stuff.
Yes, sir, Granny.
We've been ripping up petticoats to make bandages.
Uncle Jed, I can't show up at the Army Reserve looking like this. What are they going to think?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You ain't going to be just another face in the crowd. Bet you it ain't every day they get a boy in a Confederate uniform toting a squirrel rifle that shoots ladyfingers.
Uncle Jed, what am I going to tell them?
Tell them the truth. Tell them you wore it to please a sweet, sentimental little old gray-haired granny who would break your leg if you didn't.
Can't you convince her that the Civil War is over and that the South lost?
No, I can't, and I ain't going to try. At my age, a broke leg don't mend too fast.
Sir, I hope you won't go to laughing at the uniform right off. Ah, looks great to me. But this is a Confederate uniform. Yeah, I know. Sit down, I'll tell the colonel you're here. Excuse me, Colonel. The studio has started to send over those Civil War soldiers.
We're supposed to come in till after lunch.
Yeah, the first boy's here.
They'll probably be straggling in all day. All right, send him in.
Sir, are you going to be casting any Southern belles?
I'm not casting. I'm just the technical advisor.
Why couldn't you be an expert on bikinis instead of Civil War uniforms?
Send the boy in. And, Sergeant, for your information, it's not just uniforms. It's all equipment.
Sir, you ought to go down to the beach sometime. There's some mighty fine equipment running around with those.
Send the boy in.
Step right in here, Stonewall.
Turn around. Excellent. Very authentic. Tennessee Volunteers.
Well, how'd you know?
That's my job. Let me see the gun. Oh, I can't let you use this.
Why not?
Too good, too modern. Okay, you can go now. You're in.
In the Army?
That's correct.
I'm gonna fight.
You sure are. You're gonna get licked, but not until you put up a real scrap.
Well, excuse me, sir, but who am I gonna be fighting?
The Union Army.
Where?
Culpeper Plantation. You rebels will be dug in, and Grant's troops will surround the place.
Well, where's the Culpeper Plantation?
Somewhere up in Beverly Hills. You'll be taken there. We don't want the public to know where the shooting's going to be.
You mean it's gonna be the Civil War all over again?
It better be. That's what I'm being paid for.
When's all this gonna commence?
Monday morning. Didn't they tell you anything?
No, sir.
Well, you'll find out soon enough. I've said too much already.
Can I take my gun?
I told you no. With guns like that, the South would win the war. They hired me, so mistakes like that won't happen. See you Monday.
It's lonesome without Jethro. I don't want to talk about him, Ellie. Going off to war without his country's banner.
Granny! Uncle Jed!
He's come back for it, Granny. His conscience is hurting him. More likely his stomach is hurting him. He ain't et in 2 hours. See? Right to the icebox.
Hey, Granny, I got news for you.
Bare your head in the presence of the grand old flag.
I'm sorry,
Hey, how come you're home from the reserve so quick?
because I found out who these reserves for. The Yankees.
What?
The North is going to commence fighting again.
No.
Yep, I heard the whole scheme down at headquarters.
You mean they didn't learn their lesson at Gettysburg and Appomattox?
All I know is they's fixing to attack the first thing Monday morning.
Where?
Right here in Beverly Hills. A place called a Culpeper's Plantation.
Well, where's that?
Well, they wouldn't tell me. Said they didn't want the people to know where the shooting was going to be.
My dingies. Them Yankees meant it.
Meant what, Granny?
For years they've been muttering the North will rise again. This time we'll nip their rebellion in the bud. Where's your gun?
But they took it away from me.
What?
They said it was too good. Said the South could win with guns like that.
Why, them dirty, thieving Yankee bushwhackers.
Let's get Pa and go down there and whoop.
Yeah, let's go, Granny.
No, young'uns, it might be a trap. Now, as for Jed, he's got a blind spot when it comes to the Yankees. He always says, let sleeping dogs lie. Well, they've lied for the last time.
What are we going to do, Granny?
Well, first we got to get some information. Where the plantation is and the Yankee plan of battle.
Well, how are we going to get it, Granny?
Did you ever hear of Belle Boyd, the beautiful Confederate spy?
No, ma'am.
Well, she proved that a pretty face and a stunning figure could always loosen them Yankees' tongues. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good. You stay here and finish the dishes, and Jethro will drive me down.
Ready to go, Granny.
Jethro, go change your clothes. If they see me consorting with a Confederate, they'll know I'm a spy.
Yes, Granny.
It beats me how the South won with boys like that.
Boy, Granny, you're something else.
You ain't just whistling Dixie. One look at my leg, and them Yankees will blab everything they know. And if the cap don't get 'em, the coat will.
Granny, I'm all done with my dishes. Can I please come along?
No, honey. In the dangerous game of toying with a man's emotions, there's no substitute for experience. And I need all I can get. It's been a long time.
Well, couldn't I just watch and see how you vamp them, fella?
On one condition.
Well, what's that?
The tricks I learn you can drive a man stark, raving mad. You gotta promise to only use them in the defense of your country.
I promise.
All right.
Well, I best go put on a dress. I wouldn't want him to think I was a boy.
Beats me how the South won with girls like that.
Okay, fellas, you want to step inside, please? Sergeant, have you been to lunch?
No, sir.
Well, you go ahead. I'll manage.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Excellent. Can you ride?
Yes, sir. I've done some cowboy parts.
Oh, hey, that's something I wanted to ask about. The script calls for me to ride. Do I have to?
Well, you certainly can't go charging up to Culpeper Plantation in a Jeep.
Well, what about a buggy?
It looks like I'm going to be spending some time with General Grant. Do you mind sitting in for the sergeant?
Not at all.
Thank you. I'm expecting some more people.
Any Southern belles?
Dozens of them. You and Sergeant O'Hara. Here, take this with you. Hold it, General. You'd better get used to smoking these cigars they gave you.
Cigars make me dizzy.
You don't smoke cigars and you don't ride. Do you drink?
Only very dry martinis.
Will you tell me something? Who cast you for this part?
Cousin Abe.
You're the producer's cousin?
That's right.
Well, I am being paid to come up with a reasonable facsimile of General Grant and his men, so between now and Monday morning, you're going to smoke a lot of cigars and ride a lot of horses. Do you ride, Colonel?
Yes, sir. I've been riding all my life.
Who cast you?
My revered father-in-law, sir.
You're married to Abe's daughter?
I have that great honor.
You know, the South may win this time.
Jethro was right. It's a Yankee soldier. Do. You hang back and watch. I'll soften him up. Hello there, soldier boy.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you come in.
That's the way I work, Sonny.
If you're here to see Colonel Blake, it'll be a few minutes. He's inside talking to General Grant and his men.
Grant?
Yeah, they're getting ready for the big battle on Monday. Say, haven't I seen you at Columbia?
No. She's never been to Columbia, Tennessee in her whole life.
Columbia, Tennessee?
She's a northern girl. She comes from Boston.
Well, how do you do?
Howdy. That's Boston talk. She lives on Bacon Hill. Say, I saw a soda pop machine down the hall. Why don't you two Yankees go down there and have a drink?
Would you answer the telephone?
Oh, sure I will.
If the Colonel asks for me, you tell him I'll be right back.
Take your time, Sonny. It can't be Ulysses S. Grant. He couldn't live this long, especially the way he hit the bottle.
I'm so dizzy I'll never be able to get on that horse.
It's him.
Come on, let's go over this battle plan. Now, concentrate on this map. Here's the Culpeper Plantation.
I don't know how to read a map. Besides, I can hardly stand up.
That's how he lost Richmond.
Now, the first attack on the Confederate position will come at dawn on Monday.
Dawn? Well, I'm having a party Sunday night. I can lead the attack, sir. I make a dashing figure on a horse.
Listen, Colonel Chitlin, with that accent of yours, we're going to put you in a Confederate uniform.
Same old bunch of Yankees, still fighting dirty.
Well, Why can't we have the attack Tuesday morning?
Because my orders are Monday.
Well, I'm going to get in touch with Abe.
Abe! Oh, you're back. Come on, Ellie.
When can I see you again?
After the war. Jen!
Granny, where you been and where'd you get my gun?
General Grant's headquarters. What? General Ulysses S. Grant is alive and planning to attack the Culpepper's plantation like dawn on Monday.
I think you've had enough of that.
Don't knock it, Jed. You ought to see what it's done for Grant.
Where you going?
I'm going to warn the Culpeppers that Grant is coming.
You'd have to be pretty near 150 years old. This is the wildest thing I ever heard.
That ain't nothing. Wait till you hear who else is alive. Old Abe himself.
Hey, Ellie? Hey, can I borrow your seal?
What for?
I got to practice being a Navy frogman.
I thought you was going in the Army.
Yeah, me too. But I'm tired of waiting for them to call me. So I'm joining the Navy.
Well, what does a toad man do?
Not a toad man, a frog man.
What does a frog man do?
Mostly what you call underwater demolition. Blowing up stuff.
Well, what would you want with Raymond?
I want to see if I can learn him to fetch dynamite down to me.
Well, how would he carry it?
In his mouth.
Oh, no. My seal ain't coming no dynamite. Come on, Raymond.
Hey, well, wait a minute, Ellie. How about you being an enemy sentry?
Well, what do I have to do?
Well, you walk guard duty along the dock here. Then I reach out of the water, grab you, pull you in, and drown you. That's a frogman's surprise attack. Hey, now watch. Oh!
That for a surprise.
Enemy sentries ain't supposed to stomp a frogman's hand. Oh, dumb old girl.
This is the way we cook our mash, cook our mash, cook our mash. This is the way we cook our mash so early in the morning. This is the way we cook our mash. Granny! Ellie, don't scare me like that. If I was to have dropped this jar, we'd have cleared them bushes on the fly. This stuff is mean when it's green.
Paul says you wasn't to make no more moonshine.
Moonshine? This is my flu serum. He's expecting an epidemic, you know. And it's my duty as a doctor to be ready.
This cure the flu?
Well, it's more what you call a body conditioner. If your body can handle this, it can handle anything.
You're making medicine. Why do you have to hide like this?
Child, ain't you never hear of industrial espionage? Like one of the biggest outfits in the world has been trying to find this setup. Been trying for years.
Who's that?
The U.S. government. I gotta make a series of quality control tests. First, the shotgun test. Gotta see what kind of flavor it's got.
Why do you call it a shotgun test, Granny?
You gotta hold the shotgun on me to make me taste it.
I don't want to do that, Granny.
You got to, honey. I ain't as young as I used to be. And remember, it's for science. That's what you call real sipping whiskey.
Did you say whiskey?
Risky, honey, risky. You sip this at your own risk. You see, this is just the base. I ain't put in my secret ingredients yet. I'll go fetch it.
Oh, want me to do it for you, Granny?
No, honey, it's a secret. You go take my wash off the line.
Oh, I already done that. It's in a basket on the steps.
Oh, thank you, honey. Throw out the lifeline. Someone is drifting away. Throw out the lifeline. Throw out the lifeline. Someone is sinking today. cement pond.
Monster?
Great, big, black, slimy-looking thing. Must be 8 or 10 foot long.
Probably just Ellie's pet seal.
You seals eat old women. This one reached up out of the water and grabbed me.
Maybe it's a rape.
Who ever heard of an underwater ape? This one's bigger than a gator. Must be 12 foot long. Has one great big bulging eye right in the center of his forehead. Big roots growing out of his mouth. Ugly growth on his back. Must be 15 feet long.
Monster's growing pretty fast.
You've seen him, have you?
I doubt if you have. Now sit down and tell me exactly what happened.
Well, I was coming from the still.
You were coming from where?
The hill.
I heard you the first time. Now, Granny, I told you not to make another batch of that moonshine.
I ain't, Jed. It's my shoe flu brew.
Shoot flu brew.
To head off the flu epidemic. It's a vegetable compound made out of natural juices of corn and certain neutral spirits.
Ain't nothing neutral about them spirits. Now, you probably got your nose wet, too. Let me smell your breath.
Not while you're smoking.
I thought so.
Oh, Jed, as a medical researcher, I'm duty bound to test the stuff. Might have side effects.
It has. Enough of that. You roll over on your side and stay there. Come on, Granny. We're going down and dump that stuff.
Dump my wonder drug? Jed, do you want the people of Beverly Hills to be laid low?
No, I don't, so let's go.
Jed, you're going to set medicine back 100 years. Next, you'll be stomping out penicillin. It's a good thing Lydia Pinkham didn't have a son-in-law like you.
That flu brew has got you seeing monsters.
Oh, Jed, I was only joking. Can't a body tease you about a little old 15-foot monster without you getting all upset?
Now, did you see it or didn't you?
Oh, forget it. I declare you are worse than a snapping turtle. You bite at anything. That's the Mayo Clinic. Tell them I ain't quite ready yet.
Ed Clampett speaking.
Mr. Monster, are you in there? Was you for real? Or did I just run off a bad batch? I guess I tested it too soon. That green stuff plays tricks on you. Oh, out the lifeline, so out the lifeline, someone is drifting away. Oh, out the lifeline. Dad! I think I caught the monster! Dad, I think the monster caught me!
What happened to you?
I got pulled into the cement pond and perked near ground.
Who did it?
That heathen monster.
Heathen?
He hates him singing, Jed. Every time I do throw out the lifeline, he grabs me. This time he pulled me under. He's a sea serpent right out of the river Styx.
I hope he never gets in the river back home. He could sure break up a baptizing.
You don't believe I seen him, do you?
Of course I do. Enough of that liquid cornbread of yours, and you could see pink sea serpents.
I tell you, that's my wonder drug.
It sure is. It's got you wondering what drug you in.
He's coming after me.
Who is?
The creature from the cement pond. Pray, Jed, but quiet. The way a hymn sets him off, a prayer will drive him into a frenzy.
Hey, I believe that's Jethro inside that thing.
He ate my baby. Make him spit you out, boy.
Granny, that ain't no monster. Here's the boy's wearing some kind of a suit.
Sure had you going, though, didn't I, Granny?
You mean it was you who grabbed my pole and pulled me into the cement pond?
Yeah.
You was under the water?
Well, yes, sir. This outfit's got an air tank, flippers, mask, weights.
If it ain't got wings, I think you're in trouble.
Granny, don't let go!
Would What'd you say, Jim?
Boy, old Jethro can sleep any place. He's laying out in the corn patch in his toad man suit.
His what?
Oh, he says he's going to join the Navy and be a toad man. Or is he going to be a frog man?
He's gonna be a dead man if he scares me.
Bless you, Granny.
You best change into some dry clothes, Granny. I'll look after Jethro.
Come on, Granny, I'll help you. You're catching a cold.
I hope it turns into the flu. I got a cure for that.
Boy, Uncle Jed, I hope the Navy never hears about this. Frogmen don't go around hanging up their granny's bloomers.
They don't go around yanking their granny in a pond, neither.
Yeah, well, I got the wash all hung up now. Now I'm going back to my training.
How come you to pick this frogman work?
Well, what I really wanted to be was a submarine commander. But the surplus store didn't have no submarine.
Well, what's this sudden hankering to be underwater?
Well, I read where there's more food in the ocean than was ever growed on dry land. Well, in a few years, that's where all our victuals is coming from. Well, when that happens, I was going to know my way around the kitchen.
Well, that explains it.
Help me on with my mask, will you?
What you aiming to do?
I am going to destroy an enemy underwater installation.
How you aiming to do it?
I got a demolition charge set at the bottom of the pond. All I got to do is connect it and set it off.
Ain't that kind of dangerous underwater?
Uncle Jed, I am a frog man. Up here, I think like a man. But underwater, I think like a frog.
Well, that'll be a help.
No question about it, Daisy. You was coming down with the flu. But for the sake of humanity, you have got to be a human guinea pig to see if your flu serum works. Hope it ain't too green. But them's the chances us medical researchers has got to take. Oh, yeah. That is mellowed down real nice.
When he comes down, I gotta have a long talk with that boy.
Of course, Mr. Clampett, I understand. I'm sure Mr. Drysdale will want to rush right up and have a talk with Jethro. It's a miracle he wasn't hurt. Well, what broke his fall? Oh, his head. Oh, fine. All right, bye. Excuse me, Chief.
Miss Hathaway, I told you never to disturb me when I'm reading Superbanker.
With all due respect, Chief, I think my news is slightly more important than a comic book.
Comic book? This happens to be great, inspiring literature. The story of Harold Hart. In everyday life, a mild-mannered bank president. But when our economy is in danger, he slips into his vault and emerges as Money Man. A great American hero. Faster than a foreclosure. Stronger than an armored car. Able to leap the national debt with a single bound.
I know all about your cartoon creases. Look, up in the sky. It's a missile. It's a green tornado. It's Money Man.
You don't like it because of his secretary, Dora Dents. She is so dumb that she doesn't know her boss, the mild-mannered bank president, is really Money Man. The benefactor who secretly paid for her nose job.
It is pure drivel.
She doesn't even know the office messenger is Money Man's sidekick, Golden Boy.
If you don't mind, I have an urgent message from Mr. Clampett.
Imagine being able to turn into pure 24-karat gold. Message from who?
J.D. Clampett.
Oh, why didn't you say so? What is it?
It seems that Jethro is trying to become a Navy frogman.
What's wrong with that?
Well, so far he's almost drowned Granny, knocked himself unconscious with his air tank, and blown himself out of the swimming pool.
That nut.
Mr. Clampett wants us to help get Jethro interested in something else.
This is a job for Money Man.
What are you talking about?
I'm taking him a bunch of these super banker books.
Chief.
Oh, wait till he reads that exciting episode where Money Man is locked into mortal combat with his arch-foe tax man.
Chief, Jethro has a 6th grade education. He won't read these. He's too intelligent.
You're looking for a nose job, Dora.
All right, seriously. If you think comic books will help divert the boy, let's give him something really thrilling.
What could be more thrilling than trying to outwit the Internal Revenue Service.
Come along, vile-mannered bank president.
That's mild-mannered, imbecile. Oh, why can't I have a messenger who turns to gold instead of a secretary who's all brass to begin with?
Hey, Jethro, where'd you get all them there comic books?
Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane fetched them over to me.
Well, where's your Toad Man suit?
Frogman. What's left of it's out back. You can make it into slingshots.
Well, ain't you gonna do no more underwater dynamiting?
No, sir, no.
What's that sloshing noise?
Did you hear it, too?
Sure did. I think you got a head full of water.
That settles it. The Navy can have them underwater victuals. I'm going to the moon.
Moon, what for?
That's what for. That whole planet is covered with nothing but these here beautiful moon maidens.
Well, how do you know?
Would they print it in a comic book if it weren't true? I'm going to be the first man to land on that rascal.
Well, how do you aim to get there?
I'm going to buy me one of them great big space rockets.
Now remember, Mr. Drysdale, I aim to pay for anything Jethro needs.
Mr. Clampett, please, that could run into millions.
Oh, it's only money.
Steady, super banker.
Like I said, I don't want the government paying for Jethro's military training when they is in debt, and I got so much.
You're a real patriot, Mr. Clampett.
Well, thank you. Now, I have heard him mention he wants a submarine.
Submarine?
Here, this will bring him around.
Thanks. I needed that. Mr. Clampett, I have an idea that can solve all our problems. We'll get Jethro in the reserve.
Reserve?
Yes, they'll give him tests to determine how he can best serve his country.
Well, that's what we want, all right, but how's he go about joining?
Get in. We'll go down to reserve headquarters and talk to him.
Well, hadn't we going to take Jethro with us?
Oh, no. He'll be better off right here.
Okay. I'll get me a trailer, come by and pick it up right away. Thank you. Bye.
Well, if it ain't Charlie Tuna.
Guess what, Granny? I'm going to get me a rocket and go to the moon.
You pull me in the pond one more time and I'll put you there without a rocket.
I'm all through with that underwater stuff. Man don't live by victuals alone. Moon maidens, here I come.
Boy, Jethro, where'd you get this thing?
Same place I got the tank.
Well, you'd better unhook that rocket, because Granny wants you to tote her flu medicine down to the Red Cross.
I ain't no delivery boy. I'm an astronaut. I got history to make. You tell the Red Cross to come here and pick it up.
Well, Granny will take a hickory switch to you.
Well, it better be a long one, because I'm going to be on the moon. Boy, that's the place for me. Acres and acres of green cheese, swarming with beautiful women. Betwixt the necking and the snacking, I'm going to be real busy.
When are you coming back?
Who's coming back?
Well, you better ask Popo you go a-taking off.
King of the moon don't have to ask.
Who's that?
Jethro the first. Come on, Ellie, give me a hand.
What are you fixing to do?
I'm fixing to aim this rascal at the moon. Now, let's see. It's usually between the elm and the sycamore. Allowing for wind, gotta lead it a little. That ought to do it. Let's commence the countdown. Let's see, the mouse's hands is on 10 and 3.
That means it's 10 minutes to 3.
I know that. What you gotta watch is the mouse's tail. That's the second hand. See? It goes up to the 12.
Yeah.
There, 0 minus 60 seconds and counting. Time to put on my astronaut suit and load my rocket fuel.
Where is the rocket fuel?
Oh, man, I plumb forgot to buy any. Doggone!
Well, as long as you ain't going to the moon, you can go to the Red Cross. Come on, I'll help you load Granny's barrel in the tank.
I ain't getting in no tank without distilled dynamite.
Granny says it's medicine.
I don't care what she calls it. One jolt and that stuff will blow me higher than the... That's it! Ellie, quick, get me a rubber hose. I done found my rocket fuel.
What's that thing?
This here's a life jacket in case I land in the Sea of Tranquility. 0 minus 10 seconds and counting. Moon rocket to Earth crew. All systems go. Prepare to commence ignition.
What does that mean?
Light the fuse.
Granny's gonna be awful mad.
I'll send her a package of cheese. 0 minus 5 seconds and counting. Clear the area for blast off.
match is as good as the last. Eat your heart out, Jack Daniels.
So far, the origin of the manned rocket which streaked across Southern California skies and plunged into the ocean near Point Magoo remains a complete mystery. The Navy, the Air Force, and the Army all deny any knowledge of... Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We switch you now to our news helicopter, where our cameras are recording the dramatic air-to-sea rescue of the rocket's mysterious pilot. In just a few moments, we will know his identity. Is he from outer space? Is he ours? Is he theirs?
He's mine. I want first crack at that medicine moocher.
Sit down, Granny. The boy's going in the reserve.
First he's going in the woodshed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pilot has been pulled aboard the rescue helicopter, and we will now hear his first words. Come in, Navy helicopter.
Hey, we're all the Moon Maidens.
Granny, could Mr. Drysdale have a shot of your flu serum?
You feeling poorly, Mr. Drysdale?
Oh, no, I feel wonderful.
Wait until you see this, super banker.
What is it?
A bill for that rocket?
Make that a double, Granny.
Look, he's turning into Money Man. He's getting all green.
Of what she senses. A great spirit often recognizes another. But quiet now, for she is about to speak. A low, rhythmic chant began to emanate from the princess, a sound that seemed to rise from the very soil beneath them. It was a melody of sorrow and strength, of lands lost and memories held dear. As the chanting reached a crescendo, the princess suddenly stood, her movements surprisingly fluid and graceful for someone of her reputed age. She gestured toward the horizon, then toward the grand white building that loomed in the distance, and finally she pointed directly at Jed. She says that she recognizes in you the spirit of the tall, bearded leader who once sat in that house. Honest John translated rapidly, his heart pounding in his chest. She says your eyes carry the same heavy burden and the same quiet strength. She says that because you are a man of the earth, a man who knows the value of hard work and the purity of a simple life, she is willing to consider your proposal. Jed felt a flush of pride mixed with a deep sense of humility. I never claimed to be no saint, nor no great leader, he said softly, tipping his hat toward the princess. I am just a man who tries to do what is right by his kin and his neighbors. If she sees a bit of that old leader in me, then I reckon I have a responsibility to live up to that. The princess spoke again, a series of sharp, melodic utterances that seemed to command the very air. She wants to know if you are prepared to honor the heritage of this land. John continued, his voice trembling slightly. She wants to know if you will allow her to remain here, in her home, as a guardian of the memory of her people, even if you become the master of the house. She demands that the spirit of the Columbia people be respected within the walls of the White House. Jed nodded immediately, without a moment of hesitation. You tell her that she has my word. A home is not just wood and stone, it is the people and the memories within it. If she wants to stay, she stays, and if she needs anything at all, she has only to ask. We are all neighbors under the same sky. As the message was relayed, the princess stared at Jed for a long, piercing moment. Her face, a map of lines and history, seemed to soften, and a faint, almost imperceptible smile touched her lips. She gestured toward the ground. And Honest John exhaled a breath he seemed to have been holding for a lifetime. She accepts your word, John whispered. She says that your heart is truly as honest as the rivers of the West. She is ready to sign the papers. But, Mr. Clampett, there is one final sacred requirement. To formalize this transition, you must participate in the ceremony of the Great Gathering. It is a traditional exchange that binds the spirit of the land to its new steward. What kind of ceremony? Granny asked, finally stepping forward, her eyes narrowing with a touch of healthy skepticism. I have seen all manner of folks come and go, and I have seen many ways of doing things, but I want to be sure this ain't nothing that goes against the good book. It is a ceremony of peace and shared prosperity. Granny, Honest John promised, bowing his head. It involves the gathering of all the community to witness the transfer of stewardship. It is a celebration of unity. It will ensure that the transition is recognized not just by the government, but by the very history of the land itself. Well, if it brings us closer to the president and helps us get to doing what we came here for, I reckon we can handle it, Jed said, turning to his family with a look of quiet resolve. We came to Washington to help, and if this is the path we must walk, then we shall walk it with our heads held high. The preparations for the ceremony began at once. Honest John and his partner scrambled to organize the logistics, their eyes gleaming with the thought of the millions they were about to secure. They envisioned a spectacle, a grand event that would keep the Clampetts distracted while they finalized the fraudulent documents. They spared no expense, hiring actors to play the parts of tribal elders and arranging for elaborate displays of traditional crafts and music. Meanwhile, the Clampetts, filled with genuine excitement and a sense of mission, immersed themselves in the festivities. Jethro spent his time trying to explain his theories on smog reduction to anyone who would listen, while Ellie Mae became fascinated with the local wildlife, even suggesting that the squirrels on the White House lawn were in desperate need of some of her specialty snacks. Granny, ever the pragmatist, kept a close eye on the proceedings, making sure that the food was prepared to her exacting standards and that no one was taking advantage of her family. As the day of the great gathering approached, the tension in Washington reached a fever pitch. The news of the mysterious billionaire hillbillies and their quest to solve the smog crisis had captured the imagination of the public. People gathered from all corners of the city to witness the event, curious to see the man who claimed to have the support of the ancient Princess Sitting Hawk. Inside the halls of power, however, the mood was vastly different. The real officials were baffled by the bizarre reports filtering in from the Secret Service agents, who were being led on a merry chase by Honest John's operatives. They were trying to piece together the identity of the elusive Clampetts and the nature of their supposed agreement with the princess. They had no record of any Princess Sitting Hawk, and the entire situation felt like an elaborate, well-orchestrated prank that had somehow spiraled out of control. On the morning of the ceremony, the White House lawn was transformed into a vibrant tapestry of color and sound. Drums beat a slow, rhythmic pulse that echoed through the streets of Washington, and the scent of sage and cedar hung thick in the air. The Clampetts stood at the center of it all, looking both bewildered and deeply honored to be part of such an important moment. Jed stood tall, his dark suit neatly pressed, his mustache carefully groomed. He looked toward the platform where the princess sat, her presence lending an air of profound gravity to the occasion. Beside her stood Honest John, looking every bit the noble advocate, his face a mask of practiced solemnity. "We are gathered here today to witness the passing of a legacy," Honest John announced, his voice booming over the sound system, "to see a man of the people, a man of simple integrity, take his place as the temporary steward of this historic ground. We do this in the name of the ancestors, in the name of the future, and in the name of the harmony we all seek." The crowd erupted in cheers as Jed stepped forward to accept the ceremonial tokens of stewardship. He felt the weight of the moment, the historical significance, and the sheer improbability of it all. As he looked out over the sea of faces, he saw people from all walks of life, young and old, rich and poor, all united by a common hope for a better, cleaner, and more honest world. He reached out and took the feathered staff offered to him by the princess, her hand resting momentarily on his. In that touch he felt a strange, cold reality, a reminder of the humanity of the person behind the mask. But he brushed the thought aside, focusing instead on the sincerity he felt within himself and the warmth of the crowd around him. "I want to thank you all for being here," Jed said, his voice ringing out across the lawn, clear and steady. "I never set out to change the world, nor to own a piece of it. I just wanted to do what I could to make things a little better for the folks who come after us. If this here ceremony means that we can all work together to fix the air and look out for one another, then I am proud to be a part of it." The applause was thunderous, a roar of approval that seemed to shake the very foundations of the city. For a moment, the skepticism and the confusion of the political world vanished, replaced by a genuine, heartfelt connection between the people and the man who had arrived from the hills of the Ozarks. As the ceremony concluded, Honest John leaned in toward Jed, his voice a low, urgent whisper. "It is done, Mr. Clampett. The spirits are satisfied. Now we must simply finalize the paperwork. If you would be so kind as to follow me to the office, we can complete the transfer of funds and I will do my best to shape her." "What? Take her into the White House?" "Oh yes, yes. But, Jed, we ain't been tooken ourselves yet. Do not worry, dear friends. Before this day is over, I promise you we will be thoroughly shaped. What is Settenhoff doing in there?" "She is getting help from the spirits." "Well, she ought to lay off. Sounds like she has had enough." "Oh no. She is contacting the spirits of her ancestors who have gone to the happy hunting grounds, asking their advice. I hope they advise you to sell me the White House. First, we must offer a sacrifice." "A sacrifice? What kind of sacrifice?" "Something dear to you. Something that represents your life. Something that you love. I have got my guitar. Will that do?" "Oh yes, absolutely. Princess Sitting Hawk loves music. She will be honored. Tell her I will play her a tune. She says she prefers the silence." "Oh, okay. Put it away. She says music distracts from the spirits." "Of course. Now, she wants to know about your land back in the hills. She wants to know if you have many buffaloes. Tell her I got a few, but they mostly just stand around." "And what about the rivers? Are they clear? Does the water run pure?" "Tell her the water is so clear you can see the fish swimming at the bottom." "And the deer? Do they still roam free?" "Tell her the deer are so plentiful they sometimes eat the vegetables out of the garden." She is smiling, Jed. She is very touched by your story. She says she remembers the land like that before the white men came. Tell her I am sorry for what they did. She says she knows you are different. She says you are a man of the earth. Now ask her about the White House. Sitting Hawk, the good man Jed, who speaks with a straight tongue, wishes to buy the land of the White House. He wants to bring the tribes together and create peace. What is she saying? She says the land is holy. She says the ground is stained with the lies of the politicians. She says she can never sell it. Tell her Jed is a man of his word. Tell her he is not a politician. Tell her he wants to restore the dignity of the land. Tell her he will protect the land and keep it pure. She is listening. She says she must consult the spirits again. She says they are very angry. Ask her what they want. She says they want a sign. A sign? What kind of sign? They want to see if the spirits of the old ways are still alive in this man. She says you must perform a test. A test? What kind of test? A test of your spirit. A test of your connection to the nature. She says you must go into the deep woods and spend the night under the stars. Alone. If you return in the morning with a message from the Great Spirit, she will talk to you. I will do it. Are you sure, Jed? I have spent many nights in the woods. I am not afraid. But, Jed, what if the spirits do not speak to you? Then I will have to try something else. But I have a feeling they will. Princess Sitting Hawk, Jed accepts your challenge. He will go into the woods and wait for the message. She is nodding. She says the moon will guide him. Go, Jed. Be at peace with the night. See you in the morning, friends. Good luck, Jed. I hope you find the message. Be careful, Uncle Jed. I will be fine. Granny, what if he does not come back? Do not worry, Ellie. He knows the woods better than anybody. He will be back, and he will have that message. I am sure of it. Come on, we better go back to the hotel. We need to get some rest, too. You are right. Good night, Princess Sitting Hawk. She does not answer. She is already in a trance. She is a fascinating woman, is she not? Yes, she is. Come on, let us go. Hey, Shifty, do you think he will really come back with a message? It does not matter. The important thing is that he is out of the way for the night. I have got everything planned. Tomorrow we will finish the deal. I am excited. Me too. This is going to be the biggest score of our lives. Just imagine millions of dollars. And we will be on a beach in Mexico. I cannot wait. And we will not have to deal with those hillbillies ever again. Yes, that is the best part. I am so tired of them and their stories. Let us have a drink to our success. To us, my dear. To us. To the big score. Cheers. Oh, Jed, where are you? I hope you are safe. Do not worry, Granny. He is a tough man. He has faced worse than the night woods. I know. I just have a bad feeling about this. It is just the unknown, Granny. Everything will be fine. You will see. I hope you are right. Let us try to get some sleep. We have a big day tomorrow. Yes, let us. I hope I can sleep. I am too nervous. Just think about the White House, Granny. Think about us living there helping the president. That is a nice thought. Yes, it is. And maybe Jethro can show the president his new electric car. Oh, that would be wonderful. Good night, Ellie. Good night, Granny. Good night, Jethro. Good night, everybody. I hope Jed is having a good night. He is. He is one with the woods. He is probably sitting by a fire, listening to the crickets. I wish I was there with him. It is peaceful. Maybe we can go visit him tomorrow, after he finishes the test. Yes, that is a great idea. We can bring him some breakfast. Some pickled pawpaws and hand-slung chickens. Perfect. He will love that. Yes, he will. I am sure he will. Good night, everyone. Good night. I am so tired. Me too. It has been a long day. But tomorrow will be a new beginning. Yes, it will. A new beginning in the White House. I cannot wait. Me neither. Good night. Good night. Tomorrow is going to be a great day. I feel it. Everything is going to work out. I just know it. We are going to make a difference. We are going to help the president. We are going to fight the smog. And we are going to be happy. It is a wonderful dream. Is it not? Yes, it is. The most wonderful dream of all. Good night. Sleep well. Everyone sleep well. Tomorrow we start a new life. And I will be right there with you. Yes, we will. Together. Always together. The Beverly Hillbillies. First, she has to consult the stars, the winds, and the ancient spirits of the great Columbia River that once flowed through the very heart of these lands. She is a woman of immense history, Jed, and one does not simply buy the cradle of a nation without the proper ceremony and respect. Princess Sitting Hawk is contemplating your spirit, your honesty, and your connection to the land itself. She is looking to see if your heart truly beats in rhythm with the earth, or if you are merely another seeker of gold and power. We must be patient, for her vision extends far beyond the brief flicker of a man's life. Jed leaned forward, his elbows resting on his knees, his expression one of earnest and quiet respect. He had seen many things in his time, from the rugged beauty of the Ozarks to the peculiar, polished marble of Beverly Hills, but there was something about this scene that struck a chord deep within him. He watched the elderly woman, draped in colorful, weathered blankets, as she sat motionless before her simple dwelling. The air around her seemed to vibrate with a silent, ancient authority that silenced even the bustling sounds of the distant city. Is she still talking to the spirits? Jed asked in a low whisper, glancing toward honest John. She is in the deepest part of her communion, replied John, his voice dripping with a carefully cultivated gravity. She is asking the great ancestors if you are indeed the man who can bridge the gap between the past and the future. If you are the man who can bring peace to this troubled land and restore the dignity of the home that stands upon it. It is a moment of profound significance, Mr. Clampett. A moment that will be recorded in the annals of history forever. Jethro, who had been standing slightly behind his uncle, shifted his weight and leaned in closer, his eyes wide with wonder. Do you reckon she can see the future, Mr. John? Does she know that I have already invented a steam-powered car that could revolutionize transportation? Maybe she is waiting for someone who understands that we need to stop all this pollution before the sky turns completely gray. Honest John offered a tight, reassuring smile, though his eyes darted nervously toward his partner, who was hiding just out of sight. Jethro, your brilliance is surely part. What is that? Citizens Against Smog Horror. That is quite a lot to write. Just use the initials. Fine. Citizens Against Smog Horror. Now, shall I make it for the whole 95 million? No. That might be a bit hard to handle. What do you mean? Well, you see, other public-spirited citizens not as wealthy as you might be embarrassed and not contribute at all. Oh well, we do not want that to happen. I am glad you understand. Give him $5, Jed. Lots of folks got that much. On the other hand, let us not go too far the other way. A little friendly embarrassment never hurt anybody. How about starting with $1 million? Excellent. Just the right amount to get the ball rolling. That is 1, not, not. Boy has got a great head for ciphers, ain't he? He is a real knothead. Well, there you are, Mr. Honest John. I hope that primes the pump. Beautiful. The president will be delighted. Are you going to show it to him? At our afternoon meeting. What time is that again, my good man? 3 o'clock. That will be on time. I am a busy man. You must know the president pretty good. Pals, buddies. Well, why do you not take us to the meeting with you? We would like to say howdy to him. And he would like to say hi-dee to you. Oh golly. However, the Secret Service requires security clearance. Will that take long? Do you happen to have birth certificates, color photographs, passports, and a complete set of fingerprints with you? Why no, we ain't. Well, I am afraid it will take a while. Meantime, I will put you up at a nice, comfortable hotel. Yeah. Taxi. These are dainty fine accommodations, Mr. Honest John. Well, thank you, Mr. Clampett. Here, let me show you something. Here you have a magnificent view over the entire city of Washington. Well, is not that pretty? Granny, believe me, Mr. Honest John is fixing us up real nice here. Well, it is all right, but it ain't like staying at the White House. Sure ain't. They got a kitchen over there where a fella can get a snack when he is hungry. Ain't we gonna get to stay at the White House at all? Ellie Mae, do not pay no attention to him, Mr. Honest John. He is acting awful pushy. Not at all. As soon as I have straightened out the matter of security clearance, I am sure the president and his wife will issue you a formal invitation. Oh boy. Well, you tell them that they ain't taking in a family of freeloaders. We will pitch in and help with the housework and the chores. I will make that matter crystal clear to him. We are glad of life to you. Glad to do it. See you later, friends. Shifty. Baby, how did it go? Like $1 million. And here it is. $1 million. Beautiful. I can have us packed in 5 minutes. Wait a minute. Where are we going? Mexico, Venezuela, you name it. Flo, there are 94 more where this came from. Now, do not get greedy. Let us take our $1 million and play it safe. Baby, this is a chance of a lifetime. Think big. I am thinking big. We could get 20 years apiece. Max, I got those hillbillies in the palm of my hand. They are grapes waiting to be picked. How? Well, I got $1 million for smog. I will get $1 million for something else. How? I will think of something. I will sell them the White House. How? You sound like an Indian. That is it. You are going to be an Indian. What? It is beautiful. They will love it. You are the last of the Columbia Indian. And that, dear friends, is why the president is embarrassed to invite you to the White House. You mean he does not even own the house he lives in? Not so much as a stick of furniture belongs to him. That is terrible. No wonder he cannot ask us to stay. I would feel the same way in somebody else's house. Who owns it? The White House stands on Indian ground. No. Yes, this entire area was once occupied by the Columbia Indians. That is why, to this day, it is called the District of Columbia. Well, cannot the government buy it from the Indians? There is only one surviving member of the Columbia tribe, and she refuses to sell. She? Yes, the ancient and noble Princess Sitting Hawk. What noble mean? Proud and defiant woman. Not all the pale-faced pony soldiers can drive her from the land she feels is rightfully hers. Why will she not sell? Sitting Hawk does not trust politicians. She says they speak with forked tongue. Well, cannot the president get her to sell the White House to him? I have been chief executive since Lincoln has tried. Lincoln? How old is she? Well, no one knows for sure, but at least 150. Indians does live a long time. She would not even sell to Lincoln? Well, she likes certain things about him. The fact that he was tall, a simple man, humble, honest. I would say that Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt have come closest to impressing Princess Sitting Hawk. She favored Teddy, did she? Well, he was a rugged outdoor man. She admired that. She liked his mustache. She called him Chief Hair on the Lip. Them two was the only ones that come close. Huh? Yes, if there only existed a man who combined the qualities of both. Tall, simple, humble, honest, a rugged outdoor man with a mustache. You are describing Jed? One who had never been involved in politics. That is Jed. Who? Jed Clampett. He is sitting right here. Now, Granny. By charge, I think she has got it. Sux. No. Says everything. He is simple, he is humble, he is honest. He is tall and he has got hair on the lip. He is our man. Forget it. I cannot handle nothing as important as this. Mr. Clampett, when Andrew Jackson, Old Hickory, was asked to fight the Battle of New Orleans, do you know what he said? Forget it. I cannot handle nothing as important as this. Is that a fact? But he won and you will win. History has chosen you, and you cannot refuse. Do it, Jed. Then we are sure to get an invite to the White House. Well, I ain't gonna do it just for that. Then you will do it? Well, at least the president mine. Least I can do is try. Spoken like a true patriot. I will take you to Princess Sitting Hawk and act as your interpreter. You talk Indian? I learned as a child. The tongue of the Columbia Indians was the second language in our home. How come? Well, many moons ago my family befriended the tribe. When all other pale faces were against them, the Indians knew they could always find refuge in the home of a shaper. It was nice of your folks to take them in. Our name has become part of the Indian language, synonymous with hospitality. To this very day, to be taken in is to be shapered. Look, Jed, I think I see her. Is that her Ernest John? Yep. There she sits in front of her lonely teepee. The last of the noble Columbia Indians, the ancient and venerable Princess Sitting Hawk. Does she sit there all the time, day and night? Winter and summer, rain or shine, she keeps silent vigil over home. You think they would let her stay in a White House? It is on her land. On the contrary. Why, they have cannons to keep her out. Well, if that does not beat all. Cannons to keep out a poor old 150-year-old Indian woman? You cannot hardly blame her for feeling spiteful. Is that why she wears all that war paint? Would you not if somebody pointed cannons at you? Now, you have sympathy and understanding for her cause. She is gonna like you. I feel it. Can we go talk to her now? I will ask her. She has agreed to a powwow. Chattanooga. Choo-choo. Paleface Cayuga. What did you say? I told her you were very friendly. Good. Paleface Sequoia. She says you are tall. She likes that. Paleface Anderosa. She likes your mustache. Paleface Tippecanoe. Shoshone too. She says you are a combination of Lincoln and Roseland. That is right, Cayuga of her. Pale-face Potawatomi. No, Potawatomi. What was that? She wanted to know if you are a politician. Tell her I am a farmer. Pale-face Manitoba. Tallahassee. She is very pleased. Tell her I am a doctor. Pale-face Squazuni. Zuni. She is very impressed. I did not get no Tallahassee out of her. Tallahassee. That is better. Saskatchewan. She has invited us to sit down. Well, maybe we better get down to business. Ask her if she will sell me the White House property. I will do that. Tell her if she does, away. You will stay right there and do what the nice man in the white coat tells you. Goodbye. What did he say, Jan? He said he does not want us to come to Washington right now. Well, what are we supposed to do, pal? He says he is going to send a man in a white coat to tell us. Jethro, I just talked to the president, and we will not be driving to Washington in your electric car. Just as well, Uncle Jethro. I never found an extension cord long enough to get us there. Mr. Little, that was a magnificent performance. Thank you. Well, your impersonation of the president was absolutely incredible. Thank you. I hope to see you again sometime. Take good care of yourself. Mr. Drysdale, are you not forgetting something? Oh, what is that? My fee. Oh, yes. How much is it? Well, ordinarily, I receive $7,500 for a performance. However, in this case, I will cut it in half. How is $3,750? $3,750 it is. 20, 40. Now, you owe me $2.50. No, that is $3,750. A 5-minute work? The president does not get that much, and he is the real thing. Excuse me, Chief. These foreclosures are red. Are you not Rich Little, the impressionist? Yes, I am. Oh, Mr. Little, I just love your impression of John Wayne. Huh? Well, thank you very much, Ma am. Now, let me say that if we had girls like you out on the trail, I never would have given my horse a second look. Oh, that is marvelous. Thank you. Hey, and your Ed Sullivan is an absolute classic. Oh, Ed Sullivan? Wonderful. Would you do me a favor there, young sir? Would you come on our show next Sunday night and bring your stuffed giraffe? Yes. I would love to have you. What else are you going to have on the show? A World War I with the original cast. In living color with a surprise ending. Oh, is he not fabulous? He certainly is. It has been a real pleasure. Wait a minute. You are forgetting something again. Oh yes, you will see. What are you charging her for Wayne and Sullivan? Oh, nothing. I will accept the same arrangement. Watch this. Do not leave no milk for a spell. We is going to Washington, Granny. Yeah. Well, you are going to Washington. We is? That is what the message says. Have a good trip. Hey, Uncle Jeff, we is going to Washington. We just got the message. What did you say, boy? We is going to Washington. The fellow in the white coat just brought the message from the president. Well, where is he? Yonder he goes. Ain't that the milkman? Being a milkman is what you call a cover. Cover? He is really a secret agent for the government. Is he not? Yeah. I learned all that stuff when I was a double-knot spy. Well, I reckon we best get packing. Should I convert my electric car back to steam? No, I think we better fly. When the president sends for you, you do not want to keep him waiting. Well, if he comes in, will you please ask him to call his office immediately? It is an emergency. Thank you. How do you like it, Miss Holloway? Chief, where have you been? Shopping. Any messages? Oh, just one, but it is a beauty. The Clappers are leaving for Washington. What? They are determined to give their $95 million to the president. We have got to stop them. Get Rich Little back. You are kidding. Huh? Here is a signed check. He can make it out for any amount he likes. I will get up to the Clappers and delay them until he calls. I made it. They are still here. Clarence. Granny. Ellie Mae. Jethro. There is everybody. Oh, hello, Bessie. Is that for me? How are you? Dear Mr. Drysdale, please feed the critters till we get back. Enjoying your flight? Yes, Ma am. Thank you. We is going to Washington to see the president. We is going to give him $95 million. Oh boy, you know the president? Talked to him this morning. I am fetching him a baby possum. And I am taking him a jar of pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chitlins. We was going in my electric car, but I could not find no 3,000-mile extension cord. That is very interesting. Young lady, how high would you say we are flying? A lot higher than the plane. Weeknights on Hallmark. Watch great stories. I am an angel. And witness the miracles. Touched by an angel. Weeknights at 8 on the Hallmark Channel. Maxine's job is to keep families together. In just a few minutes, you will be one big happy family. Including her own. Mom, you have to stop. Stop what? I know you mean well, but you really have to let me grow up. I thought I did that already. Amy Brenneman and Time Daily in Judging Amy. Monday at 9 on Hallmark Channel. The Beverly Hillbilly I Got the Wind. Everybody. We are flying over a right pretty town. That there is Washington, District of Columbia. Anybody see the White House? Appears to be lots of white houses down there. Would you fasten your seatbelts, please? Yes, ma'am. We will be landing in a few minutes. You gonna feed us again before we land? I am afraid there is not time. You done had 4 meals and 3 snacks. Why, it makes me hungry. But we is landing now. Landing makes me hungry, too. We go straight to the White House, Paul? I think so, Ellie. The quicker we give our money to the president, the quicker he can commence fighting smog. Sure, I will wheeze him down for supper. I am starving. Jed, if that boy takes his meals at the White House, the president's wife will never get out of the kitchen. I can help with the cooking. No, Ellie, I will do that. You make the beds and do the dusting. And Jethro, you can mow the White House lawn and rake the leaves. Let Ellie do that. The president needs me for my brain. Opu. I will likely be in the East Room or someplace sitting on his cabinet. You keep your feet off the president furniture. Looks like we made it. The climate is on here. See you at the hotel. Shifty, what if they do not show up? They will be here any minute. I checked their flight. How are you going to get past the guard? I will handle it. It is important for the Clampetts to see me coming out of the White House. Okay, good luck, honey. Yeah. Jaffa, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Hold it. What is it? What? The president is waiting. What is it? I need to see your identification. You do not recognize me? Nope. Good. I told you, Edgar, this was a perfect disguise. See you later. Hold it. Look, you are delaying high-level meetings. Now, what do you want? I want to see your pass. My pass? Of course. My pass, but how do you know? I must have left it on the president's desk. I will go get it. Hold it. Now, what is it? I cannot let you in without a pass. Is that your final word? It is. Excellent. You have passed the test with flying colors. Congratulations. Now, let me see. Now, you are guard number 16. Escape gets a 1 rating. The president will be pleased. Now, do not be surprised if there is a little something extra in your stocking at Christmas. Hold it. Now look, you have proven your efficiency, my good man. Do not press your luck. I may drop you to a B+. Just candy canes and bubble gum in your stocking. Beat it. Beat it? Cavill, 1 word from me and you will be guarding a government igloo in Iceland. I am going to count to 3. If you are not gone, never mind. I think my pigeons have just flown in from the West Coast. Danny, big house the president has got. Nice big yard, too. Lots of room for critters. Reckon he has got a garden and chickens? Likely, I would bet. Well, here is all our stuff. Here you are, Mr. Taxi Driver. Thank you. Now, tell me, what time is the next public tour of the White House? 3 o'clock. Yeah, remember that. I am going to ask questions later. Tell the president I will be there. Mr. Schaefer. Honest, John. Well, bless my soul if it is not the Clampetts. What brings you to Washington, of all places? We is here to see the president. We want to talk to him about the smog problem. We is going to help him get rid of the stuff. What a coincidence. You just appointed me chairman of a very special committee for that purpose. I am ready to give him my money if I just knew how. Another coincidence. Just happens to be the function of my committee. Are you lying? I try to do my humble bit. Shall I make out the check to the president? As a matter of fact, the check should be made payable to my committee. Getting nowhere. Do not sit there wasting time with that idiot. Now hold on. Just because she is dressed funny does not make her an idiot. Get out from there, both of you. Mr. Drysdale, it is hard to think of brilliant ideas with folks yelling at you. Where does Granny keep her shotgun? I sure hope I can whip that smog problem before I starve to death. Jethro, I am afraid that problem will not be solved until someone invents a replacement for the internal combustion engine. I will do it. I am on it. Hey, what is an internal combustion engine? Well, that is the engine that powers the average automobile. The hope is to convert to steam or electricity. Hey, Mr. Drysdale, what should I put my giant brain to work on first? A steam car or an electric car? Why not a gas turbine? Oh, I ain't gonna mess with hats. Just cars. Mr. Drysdale, I done told you this money is staying here. Mr. Drysdale, get off of my money. It is my money. No, it ain't. It is mine. Well, it is my sack. All right, I will dump the money out and you can have the sack. Good. Just dump it in that truck out front. It is staying here. But it is not safe here. Why, until you showed up. What? No, it is going back into my vault. Oh, Chief. Do not stand there, Hathaway. Use your gun. That is an excellent idea. Stand back, Mr. Clyburn. I should hate to hit you, you traitor. Mr. Drysdale, get a hold of yourself. I done promised this money to a fellow that is going to get rid of all the smog. Not Jethro. No. This fellow is going to drill a tunnel through the San Bernardino Mountains, put in a great big fan and draw all the smog out of Los Angeles. But that is a preposterous idea. Yeah, we like it too. Mr. Clyburn, the problem of smog is too big to be handled locally. It has to be solved on a national level. Is that a fact? Only the president can get together the brain power and the vast amount of money necessary. Why, this $700,000 is not even a drop in the bucket. Well, how much does the president need? Oh, millions, billions. I will just take this chicken feed back to the bank. I will study on it, Mr. Drysdale. No, give up, Chief. No. Hold it, Hathaway. I am not through with you. What now? You are guilty of conduct unbecoming an employee of the Commerce Bank. Oh, big deal. For cowardice in the face of action. For failure to obey a direct order. For treachery and insubordination. You are hereby dishonorably discharged as a guard and reduced to the rank of secretary. Hallelujah. Do not expect a Christmas bonus this year. I have never had a Christmas bonus. Well, do not expect one this year either. Now get the truck. Boy, what have you done to that truck? Looks like the boob has set it on fire. Jethro, what did you do? I converted this rascal to steam. You are looking at the answer to air pollution by automobile. The Jethro Bourdain steam car. I have done perfected a clean engine. I am going back inside. I told you that for this clean engine jokes. Uncle Jethro. Honest John ain't going to be needing his money no more now that I whipped the smog problem. So I use it to mass produce my steam car. Hold on, boy. According to Mrs. Drydale, only the president himself can handle a small problem. The president of the United States? That is right. He is the only one that can bring together the brains and the money. Well, here stands the whole kit and caboodle. I will hop on my steam car, drive to Washington, pull up in front of the White House, and give him the brains and the money. All in one package. Hold on, boy. What you got there is just a drop in the bucket. And it ain't likely enough money either. Talking about the money, Granny. Mr. Drydale says the president lot will need millions, even billions. I was thinking of giving him all my money. Okay, I will stop by the bank and get the rest of it. Well, Pop, if Jethro goes to Washington, I want to go too. And they ain't going without me. I was just coming to that. I think it would be a fine trip for the whole family. I best go leave a note for the milkman. Tell him we is going to Washington. And since you have failed to make your final payment promptly, we are forced to repossess your automobile. Sincerely, your friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. Chief, you are telling your own brother you are repossessing his car? Well, that is a little cold, is it not? P.S. regards to Betty and the babies. Yes, who is it? It is me, Mr. Drysdale. I fetched you back your sack of chicken feed. Oh, bless you, bless you. Quite happy to get it, ain't he? No chicken could be happier. I studied on what you said about letting the president fight the small. Wonderful. The cashier tells me that, counting this, I got right at 95 million in your bank now. Wonderful. So we are going to take it to Washington and give it to the president. Mr. Clampett, you cannot give all your money to the president. Why not? Oh, because it... Miss Hathaway, tell them why not. Why not? Not that way, explain it. Mr. Clampett, it is your money. You may do with it as you wish. Who asked you to butt in? You did. Well, butt out. Now, Mr. Clampett, this will take time. Government red tape, Internal Revenue, Secret Service, White House clearance. Now, I will work it out and call you. Well, I would appreciate it if you would hurry, because we would like to get started. Right away, right away. Oh, and you do not have to give us the 95 million in cash. I reckon the president will take a chance. Well, I will discuss it with him. I will let you know. Miss Hathaway, you have got to help me. If they take their money out of my bank, I am ruined. I have got nothing to live for. Oh, now, Chief, a suicide note that will stop them. Here, take this, Mr. Clampett, because you are withdrawing your money. My death is on your hands. Chief, no. Now, tie that up, pin it to your dress, and throw yourself out the window. Me? They love you. This will teach them a great lesson. Thanks, but no thanks. I promise this is the last favor I will ever ask. Forget it. What? If you are too chicken to throw yourself out the window, I will do it. All right, come over here. I cannot throw you out from there. What? What is all the honking for? Boy. I done come up with an invention that beats steam. Yeah, I see the boiler is going. Yes, sir. Notice how quiet she is? No noise, no smoke. No smoke? She runs on electricity. Well, doggy, I am real proud of you, boy. Bob, the presidents are calling you. All the way from Washington. The President of the United States is calling me? Yes, sir, Bob. They are bringing the old fellow to the phone, Mr. Little. Is he not in a straitjacket? Oh, no, he is not dangerous. He just suffers from the delusion that he is worth $95 million. No wonder he is in the funny farm. The whole family. You know, it is wonderful of you to look after them. They are very sweet people. Nothing but sweet. Hurry, Dan, do not keep them waiting. Hey, tell them about my electric car. Hello? Hello? Hello, Judge Clement speaking. Hello, Mr. Clement. This is the President speaking. Is that sure enough you, Mr. President? Oh yes, make no mistake about that. I am the President. That is him, all right. Now, Mr. Drysdale has told me of your generous and patriotic offer to donate your entire fortune to the fight against air pollution. Yes, sir, it is only $95 million, but you are sure welcome to it. And we will bring it right to you right there in the White House. The whole family. This here is Granny, Mr. President. I will bring you some pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chickens. Mr. President, this here is Ellie Knight. Would you like a nice little baby possum to play with? My nephew Jethro ain't here to say howdy, but he is going to drive us all the way to Washington in his brand new invention, the electric car. No, do not come to Washington. We have got enough people like you here already. You public-spirited citizens, well, how do we get the money to you? Well, I am glad you asked me that. I want to make this point very clear. What is the point I want to make very clear? Leave your money in the bank. The Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, where it will draw maximum interest, a compounded semi-annual. In the care of your wise and friendly banker, Melvin Drysdale. Well, naturally, we will do whatever you say, Mr. President. But the family is going to be awful disappointed. We was hoping to get away to Washington. Oh no, do not try to get away. He is a man who has seen the world and found that the most important things are the ones he has had with him all along. And as he continues his walk, he knows that his heart is full, his spirit is light, and his life is a journey that he is proud to be taking, one step, one moment, and one day at a time. The world outside may be vast and complex, but here, in the quiet, simple heart of the hills, he has found a truth that is as old as the mountains themselves, a truth that he knows will guide him home, time and time again. And for that, he is eternally grateful. He knows that he has been blessed beyond measure, and he knows that his life is a gift that he intends to cherish, to honor, and to share with everyone who comes his way, and that, he thinks, is the most wonderful thing of all. He continues his walk, the sound of the wind in the trees and the birds singing in the distance, a reminder of the beauty that surrounds him every single day. He knows that life is a journey, and he is grateful for every step, every turn, and every moment that has brought him here, to this place, to this life, and to this moment of quiet, enduring happiness. And as he walks, he knows that he is home, and he is at peace, and that is the only thing that truly matters. The journey of Jed Clampett is a story of simple truths and profound moments, a story that reminds us all of the power of kindness, the beauty of simplicity, and the importance of being true to ourselves, no matter where we go or what we do. It is a story that resonates in the hearts of everyone who has ever dreamed of a life filled with love, peace, and the simple, quiet joys of the world. And as he walks, he knows that his journey is far from over, but he is ready, he is willing, and he is able to embrace whatever the future may hold with the same steady, open heart that has brought him this far. He is a man of the hills, a man of the world, and a man who has found that the greatest adventure of all is the journey of the spirit, one moment at a time, and that, he thinks, is a life well lived. The sun begins to set, the sky turning into a brilliant display of orange and purple, and he knows that the day is coming to an end, but he also knows that the promise of tomorrow is just over the horizon. He is home, he is at peace, and he is grateful for every moment, every breath, and every day that has made his life the wonderful, extraordinary, and simple journey that it has always been. He turns and heads back towards the house, the light fading around him, but his heart is bright, his spirit is strong, and his mind is clear, and he knows that he will be ready for whatever the new day brings. He is Jed Clampett, and his journey is a story that he will always be proud to tell, one moment, one day, and one beautiful, simple life at a time. The stars come out, the night air grows cool, and he settles into his chair, looking out over the hills, his heart full, his soul at rest, and his life, as always, a journey of love, of truth, and of the simple, enduring beauty that defines everything he has ever held dear. He knows that he has found what he was looking for, not in the big city or the halls of power, but in the quiet, steady, and beautiful rhythm of his own life, back where he belongs, home in the hills, where he will stay, for as long as his heart continues to beat, and for as long as the world continues to turn. And that, he thinks, is a pretty good place to be. The Beverly Hillbillies. Well, helping your granny with the house cleaning. Huh? Oh yes, sir, pal. Elmer needs. Elmer? Oh, he scurries around inside the cabinet. Dustin. How is it going, Elmer? Well, a handy little critter, ain't he? Sure is. That raccoon fur is better than feathers for picking up lint. Jed. Seems right proud to be happy, too. Elmer is a dandy little Dustin. Well, let us take our dusters outside and shake them. Yes, okay. And then you can take yours upstairs and hand them to the dresser drawers in the closet. Uncle Jed, old honest John ain't never come back to pick up his $700,000. He is that way. Can I have it as an advance against my allowance? 50 cents a week. That will take a while to pay back. I am young. You ain't that young. Besides, Honest John needs that money to help fight smog. You know, I would like to throw my brain into the fight against smog. It is a dandy cause. They say what it will take to whip it is brains and money. Well, if it fixed us, we got it made, ain't we? I reckon we got a leg up on us. Elmer and me will get busy upstairs. Fine, Ellie. Oh, Jed, that reminds me. Mr. Drysdale called and said he was coming by to pick up this money. How come? Well, he said folks had an order to keep $700,000 in cash around the house. He has got the hives from worrying about it. I am sorry about the hives, but I promised his money to Honest John to fight smog. I am thinking about jumping into the fight against smog, too, Granny. Well, Mr. Drysdale said that this money belongs back in the vault at his bank, and he is coming by to pick it up. I do not think I can let him have it. Promise is a promise. I am gonna fight smog, Granny. Well, I told Mr. Drysdale that you might not let him have it, but he says he is coming by to pick it up. So that is betwixt you and him. Granny, I am gonna fight smog. How? Well, I do not know, but Uncle Jed says it takes brains and money. Betwixt us, we is all set. You got money, have you? No, I am supplying the brains. Sitting up here betwixt these sideburns is a real brute. The only brute you have sits here at the end of your gutter. I think we ought to encourage your boy, Granny. He does not know smog from applesauce. I do so. I listen to the reports all the time. Why, today we is having light eye irritation. But that does not worry me because I got dark eyes. That is a great partner you got there, Jed. All right, guard. Go in there and get that money, and do not take no for an answer. You forced me to wear this uniform to save paying a guard, but it will not work. Mr. Clapper will recognize me. I thought of that, so just wear this disguise. Here we go. Looks great. Now get the money. But suppose Mr. Clapper will not let me take it? Well, you have got a gun. Use it. Oh, geez. Oh, I do not need to shoot him. Just fire a couple of shots over his head to show him he means business. I will not. If you want that money, go and get it yourself. A fine guard you are. Why, you are a disgrace to that uniform. Mr. Drysdale, I thought I heard somebody. Oh, Mr. Clapper, this guard is here to pick up that $700,000. I do not think I can let him have it. Look, whatever you do, do not cross him. His arm, he is a mad dog killer. Is that a fact? Are you a mad dog killer, Miss Jean? Of course not. Miss Hathaway, what are you doing in that uniform? Oh God. If this is your idea of a practical joke, I, for one, do not appreciate it. Or can I imagine Mr. Clampett is amused either? No. I do not see that she is punished, Mr. Clampett. And I think the proper punishment would be to make her carry out that heavy bag of money. Go get it. Now hold on. She ain't toting out that money. Well, if you want to forgive her so easily, but keep an eye on her. Any woman who will dress up like that is watching. Hello, Jethro. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale. Hey, get up. I need this money. Uncle Jed does not want you to have it. So I am going to sit here until I think of a way to get rid of the smog. Jethro, that is a problem for a genius to solve. Thank you. I am working on it. Why do you not go out to the kitchen and eat something? Thought I would not eat until I figured out a way to whip the smog. Well, go get a stick and hit it. You ain't being no help. Well, neither are you. Get up. Not until I think of an idea. Jethro, get off the money. Here is an armed guard. He will shoot you. Hey, mister. You look like your secretary, Miss Jane. I am, Miss Jane. What are you doing wearing that outfit? It was dark when she dressed this morning. Now get off the money. See, Mr. Clampett is not going to let you take this money. Okay, then you take it. Come on, get out. Forget it. We might just as well go back to the office. Hey, Miss Jane, before you go, just sit down and help me think of an idea on how to get rid of the smog. Jethro, dear boy, the finest minds in the country are working on that problem. Yeah, but are still the same people we were when we started. And that is the most important thing of all. In the days that follow, life returns to normal, but it is a new kind of normal. We have a deeper appreciation for the things we have, and a better understanding of the world around us. We still talk about our trip to Washington, and the stories grow with every telling. We have become a part of the city's history, in a small way, and that is a story we shall tell our grandchildren one day. We are happy, we are healthy, and we are together. And that is all that really matters. The hills are beautiful in the spring, with wildflowers blooming in every color imaginable. I spend my days working in the garden, and I find that the work is even more satisfying than before. I feel a connection to the land that is stronger than ever. Granny is as active as ever, and she is always coming up with new projects for us to work on. Ellie Mae is still taking care of her animals, and she has even added a new friend, a small rabbit that she found in the woods. Jethro is still working on his inventions, and though he has not yet perfected anything, he is learning a lot in the process. We are a family, and we are living our lives the best way we know how. And as I sit on the porch in the evening, watching the sun set behind the mountains, I am filled with a sense of gratitude. I have everything I could ever want, and I am blessed beyond measure. The world is a big and wonderful place, and I am glad to be a part of it. I look forward to each new day, knowing that there is always something new to learn and something new to experience. And as long as I have my family by my side, I know that I can face whatever comes my way. We are the Clampetts, and we are right where we belong. The future is a mystery, but it is a mystery I am happy to explore, one day at a time. The legacy of the Princess Sitting Hawk is a reminder to us all of the importance of respecting the land and those who came before us. We may be simple people, but we have a role to play in the tapestry of history, and we shall do it with pride and integrity. And so, the story of our trip to Washington comes to a close, but the story of our lives goes on, full of hope and promise, and the simple joys of a life well lived. We are thankful for every moment, and we are ready for whatever the future may hold. It is a good life, and we are grateful for it. The stars are shining bright tonight, and I find myself wondering what the world will look like in the years to come. But I know that as long as we keep our hearts open and our minds clear, we will always be able to find our way, and that is the most important thing of all. I close my eyes and drift off to sleep, feeling content and at peace with the world. The morning will bring new opportunities, and I am ready for them. The hills are quiet, and the world is at rest. It is a peaceful end to a long and meaningful journey. And as I dream of the future, I know that whatever happens, we will face it together, as a family. And that is enough for me. The sun will rise again tomorrow, and we will be here to greet it. And that is all that really matters. We are the Clampetts, and we are home. The days are filled with the simple pleasures of life, the smell of the earth after a rain, the sound of the wind in the trees, the laughter of our family as we share a meal together. We are content and we are at peace, and that is a blessing that I do not take for granted. We have seen the world, and we have come home, and we have found that the greatest treasure is not money or power, but the love and the laughter of those we hold dear. And that is a lesson that I shall carry with me for the rest of my days. The end of the story is but the beginning of a new chapter, and I am excited to see what it will bring. We are ready and we are waiting. The world is a big and wonderful place, and I am grateful to be a part of it. I am Jed Clampett, and I am a lucky man. The stars are shining bright, and I know that everything is going to be just fine. And that is all I could ever ask for. The journey is over, but the memories will last a lifetime. And I am grateful for every single one of them. We are the Clampetts, and we are home. The silence of the hills is a comforting thing, and I find that I appreciate it more than ever. We have been a long way, and we have seen a lot, but there is no place like home. And that is a truth that I have known all along. I am thankful for the opportunity to have shared our story, and I hope that it has brought a smile to your face. We are simple people, but we have a lot of love to give, and we are glad to share it with the world. And so, as the moon rises over the hills, I say good night, and I look forward to a new day. We are the Clampetts, and we are right where we belong. Everything is as it should be, and the world is at peace. And that is a good thing. I am content and I am grateful. And that is enough for me. Good night, and may the peace of the hills be with you all. We are the Clampetts, and we are home. The story of our lives continues, and I am looking forward to every moment of it. There is so much to see and to do, and I am ready to embrace it all. With my family by my side, I know that nothing is impossible, and that is a powerful thing. I am Jed Clampett, and I am at peace with the world. The night is quiet, and the stars are watching over us, and that is all I could ever want. We are the Clampetts, and we are home. The spirits ask if you are truly honest. She wants to know if you would truly give up the land to the people, or if you would keep it for your own gain. Tell her I am just a man who appreciates simple things, and that I would be honored to let the leaders of this country continue to reside there, provided they act with the same honesty and care for the land as she does. Sitting Hawk listens intently, her gaze piercing through the heavy layers of paint. She speaks again, a low rumble that seems to echo from the very foundation of the earth beneath them. She says that honesty is a rare blossom in the garden of power. She wants to see if you can prove your commitment to the people by showing that you do not value gold above the dignity of a person. Honest John nods enthusiastically, whispering to the princess that your heart is as pure as a mountain spring. Jed, you are doing a fine job, he says, his voice filled with feigned admiration. Ask her about the cannons, Jed, the ones they used to keep her away from her own land. Tell her that if I am involved, those cannons will be replaced by symbols of friendship. The princess pauses, her eyes narrow, and she utters a single sharp sound. She says she has heard promises before, but your face tells a story she has not seen in many, many winters. She asks for a sign, a token of your sincerity, something that proves you are not here to take but to restore. Jed looks at her, his expression thoughtful. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small, worn wooden carving he made himself, a simple figure of a bird. He places it gently on the ground before her. This is all I have of value, he says softly. It was carved from the branch of an old oak tree back home, one that provided shade for many travelers. It represents the quiet peace of the forest. Sitting Hawk leans forward, her hands, weathered like ancient parchment, trembling slightly as she touches the wood. She picks it up, turning it over in her palms, and then looks at Jed. She lets out a soft, melodic sound that could be a song of old memories. She says that the spirit of the oak is strong and that your heart speaks the language of the earth. She agrees to meet again to consider the proposal, but only if you continue to walk the path of truth. Honest John practically bounces with excitement. This is wonderful, he whispers. This is a historic breakthrough. She is actually considering it. Jed smiles, feeling a sense of genuine connection with this woman, regardless of the politics involved. As they leave, Jethro, who has been trying to mimic the sounds he heard, clears his throat and looks at them. I think I did pretty good on the pronunciation, he says. Did you hear how I said the thing about the tall tree? Jed pats him on the shoulder, laughing gently. You did just fine, boy, but I think we better let the princess decide on our fate in her own time. Back at the hotel, the atmosphere is buzzing with anticipation. Granny is busy sorting through her herbs and seeds, making sure they are ready for the White House garden she is certain she will be planting. Ellie Mae is out on the balcony, looking across at the distant dome of the Capitol, wondering if she will have enough space for all rent from the president. I suppose that would be a very peculiar thing to do. Maybe we can just ask him to keep the place clean and tidy. That would be more than enough for me. The princess is ready to sign. She is dipping her quill into a special ink, the color of the earth. She is making her mark, a circle with a star in the center. It is done. The deal is signed, and the land is yours, Jed. Now, let us return to the hotel and prepare for our meeting at 3 o'clock. The The president will be astounded when he discovers who his new landlord is. I suspect the news will travel fast. I just hope the president does not mind having a farmer for a landlord. I think he will find it a refreshing change of pace. I have always believed that the best people to hold authority are those who have spent their lives working with their hands, close to the pulse of the living world. You have a good heart, Jed, and that will carry you far. Let us make haste. We have much to do before the afternoon meeting. The city of Washington is a busy place, and it will not wait for us. We shall take a taxi back to our lodgings, and then, at the appointed hour, we shall go to the White House. I can hardly wait. I wonder if they have any good rocking chairs on the porch of the White House. I would like to sit there and watch the world go by. I am sure they have the finest chairs in the land, Jethro. And if they do not, I am sure we can find some suitable ones. The main thing is that we are doing something good for the country, and that is a reward in itself. The taxi ride back is quiet, with each of us lost in our own thoughts. The city slips past the window, a blur of marble and stone, so different from the hills we know. But the spirit of the land is the same, and that is what guides us. When we arrive at the hotel, I find myself thinking of all the things we might accomplish. If we can truly help with the smog and bring a bit of home to the capital, it will be a trip well taken. Granny is already planning what she will cook for the president. And Ellie Mae is looking forward to seeing what kind of animals live in the capital. It is a simple life we lead, but it is a happy one. And now we are about to become a part of something much larger than ourselves. It is a strange turn of events, but I have learned that when you try to do right by your neighbors, the world has a way of working out for the best. Honest John tells us that he will go ahead to make the arrangements for our meeting. He says there are some final protocols to observe, but that everything is moving along perfectly. I trust him, for he seems like a man who knows his way around the halls of power. We spend the remaining hours in our suite, which is truly a fine place, though it lacks the comfort of our own home. I spend some time sitting by the window, looking out over the city. It is a grand sight, truly, but I find myself longing for the quiet of the woods and the song of the birds. Still, we are here for a purpose, and we shall see it through to the end. 3 o'clock arrives, and with it, the anticipation of our encounter with the leader of the nation. We are dressed in our finest, and we feel a sense of pride as we make our way toward the White House. The gates are tall and imposing, guarded by men in uniforms who look as though they have never cracked a smile in their lives. But as we approach, they seem to recognize us, or perhaps they recognize the important business we carry. We are escorted inside, through hallways that are lined with portraits of men who have led this nation through its most trying times. It is a humbling experience to walk in their footsteps. We are led into a large, elegant room where we are told to wait. The president will be with us shortly, we are told. My heart is beating a little faster than usual, but I take a deep breath and remind myself that he is just a man, like any other, with his own joys and his own worries. When the door finally opens, I am prepared to extend my hand and offer a warm greeting. But the man who enters is not exactly what I expected. He has a kind face, but he looks weary, as though the weight of the world is resting upon his shoulders. He looks at us, and for a moment he seems puzzled. Then, he smiles, a slow, genuine smile that lights up his whole face. He says he has heard much about us, and he is honored to meet a family so dedicated to the welfare of their fellow citizens. He is a gracious man, and he makes us feel welcome from the very first moment. I explain our purpose, and he listens with great interest. When I tell him about the transfer of the land from the Princess Sitting Hawk, his eyes widen in surprise. He says that this is a development he had not anticipated, but he recognizes the significance of it. He says that if the land is now in my care, he would be honored to be my tenant, and he hopes that we can work together to ensure that the house remains a symbol of the values we all hold dear. It is a moment I shall never forget. We spend the next hour talking not about politics, but about life and the things that truly matter. He is a man who loves his family, and he understands the importance of staying grounded. We share stories, and I find that we have more in common than I ever would have imagined. He even asks Granny for her recipe for pickled pawpaws, and he says he looks forward to trying them. As we leave, I feel a sense of peace. We have done what we set out to do, and we have made a new friend in the process. The world still has its problems, and the smog remains a challenge to be overcome. But I believe that as long as there are people who care and who are willing to reach out to one another, there is hope for a better tomorrow. We return to our hotel, feeling lighter than we have in days. This has been an adventure, to be sure, and I am glad that we have shared it together as a family. We shall head back to our home in the hills soon, but we shall carry the memories of this trip with us always. And who knows, perhaps we shall return to Washington one day, to visit our friend at the White House and to see how the work is progressing. Life is full of surprises, and I have learned to take them in stride, with a thankful heart and a steady hand. I am just Jed Clampett, a man from the hills, but I have found that even a simple life can lead to grand journeys. And as long as I have my family by my side, I have everything I could ever need. We spend the evening discussing our journey and all the things we have seen. Jethro is already talking about his next big invention, something that will help with the water supply, he says. Ellie Mae is talking about the squirrels she saw in the park, and how they seemed so much faster than the ones back home. Granny is talking about the way the flowers in the capital are planted, and how she might try something similar in her own garden. It is a good night, filled with laughter and plans for the future. As I lie in bed, I look out the window at the lights of the city below. They twinkle like stars, each one a life, a story, a dream. I am grateful for the chance to be a part of it, for a little while. I close my eyes and drift off to sleep, feeling content and at peace with the world. The next morning, we are up early, ready to begin our journey home. We have seen what we needed to see, and we have done what we were called to do. The president sent a note, thanking us for our visit and expressing his hope that we will come back to see him again. It is a kind gesture, and it makes us all feel good. We pack our bags, gather our belongings, and head to the airport. The journey home will be long, but we are looking forward to it. There is nothing like the sight of our own hills to make a person feel truly at home. As we sit on the plane, I look out the window at the clouds drifting by. They look like giant cotton balls, soft and white. I think about the princess sitting hawk and the land she entrusted to us. I know that I will do my best to honor that trust, in whatever way I can. It is a heavy responsibility, but I am not afraid. I have my family, and I have the values that have guided me all my life. And that is enough. The flight passes quickly, and soon we are landing back in California. The air feels different here, crisp and clear, filled with the scent of pine and sagebrush. It is a sight for sore eyes indeed. We make our way back to our home, and as we walk through the front door, it feels as though we have never been away. The house is waiting for us, warm and welcoming, just as we left it. We spend the rest of the day unpacking and settling back into our routines. It is good to be back, but it is also good to know that we have seen something of the world beyond our own backyard. We have grown in ways we never expected, and we have learned that no matter where we go, we are to the sound of the birds, the scent of the morning air, and the quiet, steady rhythm of a house coming to life. He rose, walked to the window, and saw the world bathed in the first light of dawn. It was a beautiful sight, one that reminded him of the gift of another day, and he stepped into it with a heart full of gratitude. They moved through the day with an easy, natural grace, the work of the garden and the simple routines of their lives a source of comfort and joy. There was no need for grand plans or ambitious goals, just the quiet, honest work of making their home a place of peace. As the sun reached its zenith, they sat on the porch, the heat of the day cooled by a gentle breeze. They were a family, they were home, and they were content. As the afternoon turned to evening, the sky began to change, a kaleidoscope of colors that mirrored the beauty of the world around them. Jed sat in his chair, his eyes fixed on the horizon, feeling the cool, refreshing air of the evening. He was a man who had seen much, and yet, he knew that there was still much to be seen. Not in the grand cities of the world, but in the quiet, simple beauty of the life he led. The stars appeared, one by one, filling the sky with a brilliant, shimmering light. It was a sight that never failed to fill him with a sense of wonder, a reminder of the vast, beautiful world that existed beyond the boundaries of his own life. He sat in silence, the stillness of the night closing in around him, and felt a deep, abiding peace. He had found his place, he had found his peace, and he was content. The night deepened, the house grew still, and the world outside seemed to fade into the background. He stood up, stretched, and walked toward his room, his heart full of gratitude. He was a man who had lived a good life, a man who had learned the true value of the things that mattered, and a man who was finally, and beautifully, at peace. He lay down in his bed, the soft, familiar comfort of his home enveloping him. And as he drifted off to sleep, he knew that he had found everything he had ever been searching for. He was home, and that was enough. The world would continue its endless, restless turning. But here, in the quiet hills of California, there was peace. And for Jed Clampett, that peace was the greatest treasure of all, a gift he would cherish for the rest of his days. The stars shone down, the hills stood silent, and the family slept, united in the quiet, enduring grace of their home. The morning light would come again, bringing with it the promise of another beautiful day, another chance to live, to love, and to be happy. And as he slept, the dreams of a man who had finally come home were filled with the simple, honest beauty of the life he led, a life that was, in every way, a quiet, enduring triumph. He was a man who had traveled a long way, but he had arrived, and he was, at last, truly and completely home. The house sat in the early morning light, a symbol of all that he had built and all that he had found. It was a place where love was the foundation, kindness was the language, and peace was the atmosphere. It was his home, and it would always be a place where he was loved, where he was accepted, and where he was, above all, at home. And as the world began to stir, he remained at rest, a man who had finally found the true meaning of home, and who was, in every way, at peace. The sun climbed higher, the day warmed, and the life he led continued its steady, gentle rhythm. He was a man who had lived well, a man who had loved much, and a man who was finally, and beautifully, at rest. He would wake, he would work, he would love, and he would be happy. For in the end, that is all that really matters. The love we share, the lives we touch, and the home we find in the hearts of those we hold dear. He was a man of the hills, a man of the earth, and a man who had found his place in the world. And as the day wore on, the world continued to spin, the sun continued to shine, and the life he led remained a testament to the simple, enduring beauty of a life well lived. He was, in every way, a man at peace, a man who was home, and a man who was finally, and beautifully, complete. The story of the Clampetts, their journey to the big city, their return to the quiet hills, and their enduring love for one another, is a reminder of the things that truly matter. It is a story of resilience, of grace, and of the enduring power of family. It is a story of a man who traveled a long way only to find that everything he had ever been searching for had been waiting for him right there, in the quiet, simple grace of his own home. And it is a story that, like the hills themselves, will endure, a quiet, enduring triumph of the human spirit. The world outside would continue to change, the cities would continue to grow, but the truth of their lives would remain, a beacon of simplicity and peace in a world that was often dark and uncertain. They were the Clampetts, they were home, and they were content. And that, in the end, is the greatest treasure of all. A gift that they would cherish for the rest of their days. A quiet, enduring triumph of the human spirit, and a beautiful, lasting testament to the true meaning of home. The spirits are speaking now, Jed. Listen closely, for her words carry the weight of centuries. The Princess Sitting Hawk is deep in communion with the great chiefs of old. She says the wind of the mountains is whispering your name, and the waters of the Potomac recognize the steady heart of a man who knows the soil. She asks if you come in peace, as a friend to the earth, or if your heart is clouded by the greed of the cities. Tell her the truth, Jed, for she can see past the surface of any man. I will tell her that I am just a simple man, a farmer who has walked the hills and knows that the land does not belong to any person, but rather, we belong to the land. I have no wish to own the White House for power, but only to ensure that the people who dwell there can live in harmony with the world around them, free from the smog and the heavy burdens that cloud the spirit. Princess Sitting Hawk is listening intently, and I believe your words have touched a chord that has remained silent for generations. She is nodding, a slow and deliberate movement that speaks of deep consideration. She asks if you would be willing to walk the path of the ancestors, to honor the history of this ground, and to serve as a guardian rather than a conqueror. Tell her that if she entrusts me with this charge, I will do my level best to keep the house a place of warmth and kindness, a place where no one is turned away, and where the doors are open to all who come with an honest intent. The princess has stood up, her eyes bright with an ancient wisdom that seems to pierce through the very air. She says that for the first time in many moons, she feels the spirit of the land shifting. She is holding out a hand, calloused and strong, shaped by a lifetime of standing against the storms. She agrees to your proposal, Jed. You have done it. She is willing to sign the papers to transfer the land, not to the government, but to you, personally, to hold in trust for the people. This is a monumental moment, the likes of which history has never seen. I must get the documents ready immediately. Do you have everything we need, Honest John? I have it all right here in my briefcase. A simple transfer of title, witnessed and sealed. The princess is ready to put her mark upon it. She is truly a remarkable woman. To think that she has held this ground for so long against the might of nations. It is a testament to the strength of her character and the depth of her resolve. With this deal, you shall be the master of the White House, and surely, the president will have no choice but to invite you to stay as his guest. For you shall be his landlord. This is a lot to take in, but if it helps the president and keeps the peace, I am glad to be of service. Granny, are you watching all of this? I am watching, Jed, and I must say, I am mighty impressed by this princess. She carries herself with a dignity that is rare to find. And that paint upon her face, it looks like a map of 1,000 stories. She seems to approve of us, and that is what matters most. Jethro, are you taking all this in? I am Uncle Jed. I am trying to figure out if being a landlord is something I can put on my resume. I wonder if I have to collect. He was a man who had seen much, and yet, he knew that there was still much to be seen. Not in the bustling cities or the grand buildings of the world, but in the quiet, simple beauty of the life he led. And as the first stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky, he felt a sense of contentment that he had never known before. It was the contentment of a man who had finally come to understand the true meaning of wealth. It was not in the bank account, it was not in the deeds to the land. It was in the quiet moments of peace, the shared laughter of his family, and the simple, honest work of a day well lived. He stood up, walked inside, and felt the warmth of the home closing around him, a protective shell against the world outside. He had found his place, he had found his peace, and he was content. The fire in the fireplace roared to life, casting a warm, flickering light over the room. They gathered around, the day's labors behind them, and spent the evening in the comfort of one another's company. There was no need for grand words or complex plans, just the quiet ease of being together. They were the Clampetts, and in their own way they were the richest family in the world. As the night deepened, the house grew quiet. One by one they retreated to their rooms, the silence of the hills settling over them like a comforting blanket. Jed sat by his window for a moment longer, looking out at the dark silhouette of the mountains against the starry sky. He felt a deep sense of gratitude, not just for the life he led, but for the journey that had brought him here. It was a journey of a lifetime, a journey of discovery, and a journey of homecoming. He turned from the window, his heart light, and walked toward his bed. He lay down, the soft, familiar comfort of his home enveloping him. He closed his eyes, and as he drifted off to sleep, he knew that he had found everything he had ever been searching for. He was home, and that was enough. The world continued its endless, restless turning, but here, in the quiet hills of California, there was peace. And for Jed Clampett, that peace was the greatest treasure of all, a gift he would cherish for the rest of his days. The moon shone down on the valley, illuminating the landscape in a soft, silvery glow. Everything was still, a testament to the enduring beauty of the land. The trees stood like silent sentinels, the hills like sleeping giants, and the house, a beacon of warmth and light in the darkness. It was a place where time seemed to stand still, a place where the pressures of the world could not reach, and a place where a man could finally be himself. In the morning, the sun would rise again, bringing with it the promise of a new day, a new beginning. They would rise with the light, work with the earth, and live with the joy that only comes to those who know the true value of their lives. And as the night wore on, the house remained, a silent witness to the simple, enduring truth of the Clampett family, that no matter where they went or what they did, they were, first and foremost, a family, and that was enough to make their home the most wonderful place on earth. The dream of the big city had faded, replaced by the reality of the hills, but it was not a fading of hope or a loss of spirit. It was an awakening, a recognition that the true value of life lies not in the things we accumulate, but in the connections we make and the moments we share. They had learned that the world was a vast and complex place, but they had also learned that there was a place within it where a man could find himself. And for the Clampetts, that place was right here in the quiet green hills they called home. They had returned, they had reflected, and they had found a new, deeper appreciation for the life they lived. The journey to Washington had been a detour, a lesson in the realities of the world, but the return home was a victory, a reclamation of the life that was uniquely and beautifully theirs. And as the night reached its end, the house remained, a symbol of their resilience and their love, a beacon of hope in a world that was often dark and uncertain. They would wake with the sun, they would work with the day, and they would sleep with the stars, each day a quiet celebration of the life they had chosen. The world would continue to spin, the cities would continue to grow, but here, in their corner of the world, they would remain, a testament to the enduring power of family, the beauty of simplicity, and the quiet, honest truth of a life well lived. And that, in the end, was the only thing that truly mattered. The morning light began to filter through the trees, a soft, golden glow that promised another beautiful day. The birds began to sing, their songs a sweet, melodic welcome to the dawn. The hills seemed to awaken, the mist clearing to reveal the lush, green landscape of their home. Jed stood on the porch, his eyes wide and clear, drinking in the beauty of the world around him. He felt the cool, fresh air in his lungs, the warmth of the sun on his face, and the deep, abiding peace of a man who was exactly where he was meant to be. He knew that the journey was not over, for life itself was a journey. But he also knew that he was now better prepared for whatever the future might hold. He had seen the world, he had faced its challenges, and he had come out on the other side, stronger and more appreciative of the life he lived. He walked down the steps into the garden, his hands ready for the work of the day, his heart ready for the joy of the life he shared with his family. Everything was in place, the world was alive with possibility, and the future was a path waiting to be walked. He would continue to tend the garden, he would continue to cherish his family, and he would continue to live with the simple, honest grace that had always been a part of him. The world could keep its cities and its grand dreams, for he had everything he had ever needed right here, in the quiet, peaceful hills of his home. As he worked, the sun rose higher, the day warming to a perfect, comfortable heat. He found a sense of rhythm in his work, a steady, measured pace that mirrored the beating of his own heart. He was at one with the land, a man who belonged to the earth and who was nourished by it. And as he looked around at the green, rolling hills, he knew that this was a treasure more precious than any amount of money. The day passed, the shadows lengthened, and the evening brought with it the cooling air of the night. They gathered again on the porch, the sense of unity and peace more palpable than ever before. They were a family, they were home, and they were content. And as the first stars appeared in the twilight sky, Jed smiled, knowing that he had found what he was looking for, not in the grand cities of the world, but in the quiet, simple grace of a life lived with honesty and love. Life would go on, the seasons would turn, and the world would continue its endless journey. But here, in their corner of the world, the Clampetts would remain. They would be a beacon of simplicity and grace, a reminder that the true value of life is found in the moments we share and the connections we make. And as the night grew deep and the stars shone bright, Jed Clampett sat in his rocking chair, feeling the gentle rhythm of his own life, a life that was finally and beautifully complete. He had lived, he had loved, and he had found his way home. The world was full of wonders, but none were as great as the simple joy of being with those he loved, in the place he called his own. And as he closed his eyes for the night, his heart was full, his spirit was at peace, and he knew that everything was, in every way, exactly as it should be. The hills were silent, the house was still, and the family was together, safe and content in the quiet, enduring grace of their home. The years would pass, the world would change, but the story of the Clampetts would remain, a testament to the enduring power of family, the beauty of simplicity, and the quiet, honest truth of a life well lived. And in the end, that is all that really matters, the love we share, the lives we touch, and the home we find in the hearts of those we hold dear. Jed Clampett slept, a man who had finally understood the true secret of a happy life. And as the moon drifted across the sky, he was, at last, truly and completely home. The morning dawned, soft and bright, a new day in a life that was rich with simple joys. Jed woke, a story to be told and eventually forgotten, but the bond they shared had only grown stronger. They were the Clampetts, and they had found, once again, that the richest treasures in life were not the millions in the bank or the grand monuments of the city, but the simple, enduring warmth of being together. In the weeks that followed, life returned to its natural rhythm. The garden was tended, the critters were fed, and the quiet peace of the hills was restored. Mr. Drysdale came by a few times, his nervous energy a stark contrast to their calm, but Jed greeted him with the same courtesy he always offered. The money stayed in the bank, the smog remained a problem for the rest of the world to solve, and the Clampetts lived on, content in their patch of earth. One afternoon, while sitting in the shade of a large oak tree, Jed found himself thinking about the princess. He wondered if she was still sitting there, or if she was just another part of the story, a ghost of a past that had long since faded into the fog of history. It didn't matter much, he decided. The world was full of mysteries, and he was happy enough to let some of them remain exactly that. He tipped his hat back and closed his eyes, listening to the soft rustle of the leaves above him. It was a beautiful day, and for the first time in a long time, he had absolutely nothing to do but exist. The house was cool, the air was sweet with the smell of jasmine, and in the kitchen, he could hear Granny humming a tune as she prepared a batch of her special cornmeal porridge. Life was simple, life was good, and for a man like Jed Clampett, that was more than enough. He didn't need to save the world, he didn't need to be a politician, and he certainly didn't need to own the White House. He had his family, he had his home, and he had the endless, beautiful horizon of his own thoughts. Sometimes, at night, when the moon hung full and bright over the valley, he would stand out on the balcony and look toward the east, toward the place where the Capitol stood, and he would smile. He had seen the world. He had seen the way people fought and schemed and hungered for things they could never hold, and he knew how lucky he was. He had walked through the fire and come out on the other side, not burned, but tempered, like a fine blade that had been forged in the kiln of experience. He felt the weight of his years, a comfortable heaviness that told him he had lived well. He had seen his children grow, he had seen his family thrive, and he had learned that the most important thing a man could leave behind was not his wealth, but the kindness he had shared with others. He sat up, the sun beginning to sink behind the trees, painting the world in shades of gold and amber. It was time for supper, and he could hear the others calling his name from the kitchen. He stood up, feeling the creak in his joints, and walked toward the light spilling out from the house. He entered the kitchen to find them all waiting. Granny with her ladle, Jethro with his books, and Ellie Mae with her gentle, smiling eyes. They sat around the table, the simple meal steaming in the bowls, and as they bowed their heads, Jed felt a profound sense of gratitude. There were no cameras, no speeches, no committees, just the quiet, honest life of a family that loved one another. When they finished eating, they moved to the living room, where the fireplace was already crackling with a warm, steady glow. They talked of small things, the garden, the weather, the upcoming harvest, and as the hours ticked by, the world outside seemed to drift further and further away. They were safe, they were together, and they were home. For Jed Clampett, that was the greatest victory of all. As he watched his family, he felt a deep, quiet joy. He had been a man who had everything, and in his search for more, he had almost lost sight of what truly mattered. But now, as he sat in the warmth of his home, he knew he had everything he would ever need. The journey to Washington was a memory, a tale to be told, but the life he led here was his reality. And as the firelight danced in the room, casting long, gentle shadows on the walls, he knew that this was where he belonged. The night settled over the estate, the stars blinking like tiny lanterns in the vast, dark sky. The hills were silent, the air was still, and the world was at peace. Jed stood up, stretched, and walked toward his room, feeling the satisfaction of a day well spent. He had lived, he had learned, and he had returned to the place where he was loved. He lay down in his bed, the soft blankets pulled up to his chin, and as he drifted off to sleep, his last thought was of the mountains, the wind, and the quiet grace of a life that was truly his own. The house grew still, the fire in the fireplace dimmed to a soft, glowing ember, and the only sound was the distant call of a night owl, echoing through the trees. It was a beautiful, quiet night, the kind that reminded a man that despite all the chaos and noise of the world, there was still a place where one could find peace. Jed Clampett slept, his dreams peaceful and clear, a man who had traveled a long way only to find that everything he had been searching for had been waiting for him right there at home all along. The morning light would come soon, bringing with it the promise of a new day, a day of simple work, of shared meals, and of the quiet, steady rhythm of their lives. He would wake up, walk out into the garden, and take a deep breath of the fresh, clean air. He would greet the morning sun, listen to the songs of the birds, and begin his life anew. And in that moment, he would know that he was exactly where he was meant to be, a man at peace with the world and with himself. The legacy he would leave was not one of gold or power, but one of simple integrity. It was the legacy of a man who had stayed true to his roots, who had faced the world with an open hand and a kind heart, and who had never let the glitter of the city dim the light of his own soul. And as the sun began to rise over the hills, casting its first golden rays across the land, the house sat silent and proud, a testament to a life lived well, a life that was, in every way, a quiet triumph. He felt the morning breeze through the open window, cool and refreshing against his skin. It was the scent of pine needles and damp earth, the scent of the home he loved. He rose from his bed, feeling the strength in his limbs, and walked toward the window. The world below was bathed in the soft, ethereal glow of the dawn, the valley filled with a light mist that shimmered like silver in the early morning sun. It was a sight he never tired of, a sight that reminded him of the beauty and the wonder of the life he was privileged to lead. He knew that the world was still out there, with all its problems and its noise, but he also knew that he had found a way to exist within it while remaining true to himself. He had learned that the secret to a happy life was not in changing the world, but in finding a way to live in it with kindness and grace. He walked to the kitchen, where the scent of coffee was already drifting through the air, and found the others already starting their day. They smiled as he entered, their faces warm and welcoming, and he knew that he was home, and that home was enough. They moved through their morning chores with an easy efficiency, the rhythm of their lives as natural as the turning of the seasons. There was no rush, no pressure, just the simple joy of working together to make their home a place of peace and comfort. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, they gathered on the porch to share a morning meal, the light filtering through the leaves of the trees in a soft, dappled pattern. They talked, they laughed, and they enjoyed the quiet beauty of the world around them. The day stretched before them, a blank canvas upon which they could paint their own quiet masterpiece. They would tend the garden, they would walk in the woods, and they would spend the evening in the soft glow of the fireplace. It was the life they had chosen, and it was a life that filled them with a deep and abiding sense of joy. There were no regrets, no longings for the things they had left behind, just the simple, beautiful reality of being where they were. As the sun began to set, the sky turned a brilliant, fiery orange, the colors reflecting off the windows of the house like a beacon in the night. Jed sat on the porch, his eyes fixed on the horizon, feeling the cool breeze of the evening on his face. He and a genuine interest in the world that was a breath of fresh air in a city often consumed by its own importance. They did not try to change who they were. They simply lived their lives, and in doing so, they invited others to see the beauty of that simple, honest existence. The challenges they faced, while sometimes daunting, were always met with a spirit of cooperation and a willingness to look for the good in every situation. They were not naive. They understood the complexities of the world, but they chose to prioritize the values that held them together: honesty, loyalty, and a deep-seated love for one another. And in doing so, they found that even the most difficult problems could be approached with a clarity that had eluded others. They spent their days learning, contributing, and simply being, and in the process, they became a part of the city's story, a thread that added its own unique hue to the grand tapestry of the capital. And though they would eventually return to the hills, they knew that a part of them would always remain here, just as a part of the city would always remain with them, a shared memory of a time when they stood together in the heart of the nation and lived with a grace that was all their own. And so, the story of the Beverly Hillbillies in Washington continued, not as a fable of wealth or influence, but as a testament to the enduring power of family, the beauty of an honest life, and the strength of the human spirit. It was a story that reminded us all that no matter how much the world changes, the things that truly matter, the bonds we forge, the love we share, and the integrity we hold on to are the true measure of a life well lived. And that, in the grand scheme of things, was more than enough. The sun shone down upon them, a witness to their resilience, their joy, and their enduring commitment to one another. They were and would always be a family, and as long as they had that, they had everything they needed to face the future with confidence, with hope, and with a smile. And that was the truest, most beautiful reality of all. As they stepped forward, the city opened its arms to them, as if it, too, recognized the unique spirit they brought. And in the middle of it all, they remained exactly who they were, simple, honest, and truly, wonderfully themselves. It was a journey that was not just about the destination, but about the way they traveled, the people they met, and the lessons they learned along the way, a journey that had changed them, yes, but in ways that only deepened their commitment to each other and to the life they were meant to live. The story was far from over, for as long as there were days to live and challenges to meet, the Clampetts would be there, facing it all with the same steady rhythm that had brought them this far. They were a family, and that was the only truth that mattered. And in the quiet of the night, as the stars watched over the city they had come to know, they rested, content in the knowledge that they were exactly where they were supposed to be, doing exactly what they were meant to do, and that, in every sense of the word, was enough. The morning would come, the city would wake, and the adventure would continue, but for now, there was only the peace of the present, the love of a family, and the quiet promise of a future that, no matter what it held, would be faced with the same integrity and spirit that had defined them from the very start. They were the Beverly Hillbillies, and this was their story, a story of home, of family, and of the enduring beauty of a life lived with a heart that is truly, deeply, and unconditionally open. And in the end, as the world moved on and the stories of the city were told and retold, the story of the Clampetts would remain, a quiet, persistent melody of kindness in a world that often forgot the power of a simple, honest heart. They were, and would always be, a beacon of hope, a reminder of the things that truly matter, and a testament to the fact that, in the heart of even the most complex of worlds, there is always a place for those who walk with a gentle spirit and a commitment to the good, the true and the beautiful. So, let the story be remembered, not for its fame or its fortune, but for the heart that beat at its core, a heart that, no matter where it was, always beat in tune with the values of home, the warmth of family, and the enduring, unbreakable bond of love. And as long as those things remained, the story would continue, a source of inspiration for all those who strive to live a life of meaning, a life of purpose, and a life of simple, honest grace. For in the end, that is all that really counts. The city went quiet, the stars shone bright, and the Clampetts slept, their dreams filled with the gentle, rolling hills of their home, even here, in the heart of the capital. And in that space between reality and dream, they were at peace, a family united, a spirit unbroken, and a journey that was, and would always be, a reflection of the best that is in us all. And that, more than anything else, was their greatest legacy. The new day began, a clean slate, a fresh start, and they greeted it with the same spirit they had brought from the hills. They were ready for whatever the future might hold, for they had each other, and they had the steady, unwavering belief that as long as they stood together, they could face anything. It was a simple belief, but it was a powerful one, and it was the foundation upon which they built their lives, one day at a time, one step at a time, and always, always together. And so, the legend of the Beverly Hillbillies continued, a story that was not about wealth or fame, but about the resilience of the family, the beauty of the human spirit, and the enduring power of love. It was a story for all time, a story that would continue to inspire, to hearten, and to remind us all that no matter how far we travel or how much the world changes, the things that truly matter, the bonds we forge, the love we share, and the integrity we hold on to are the true, enduring measure of a life well lived. And that, in the grand scheme of things, was more than enough. The sun set on another day, casting its long, golden shadows across the city, a testament to the passage of time and the continuity of life. The Clampetts looked out over the horizon, their hearts full, their spirits high, and their commitment to each other as strong as it had ever been. They were ready for whatever the future might bring, for they knew that as long as they had each other, they would always have the only thing that truly mattered, the love of a family that was, in every sense of the word, together. And the stars, looking down upon them, seemed to whisper their approval, a silent testament to the beauty of their journey and the enduring strength of their spirit. They were the Beverly Hillbillies, a story that would live on, a story that would be told and retold, a story that was, in its essence, a testament to the enduring power of love, and that, in the end, was the greatest truth of all. As the night settled in, the city of Washington was quiet, but for the Clampetts, it was a time of reflection, a time of gratitude, and a time to look forward to the promise of the coming days. They had found their way in the heart of the nation, and in doing so, they had found even more of themselves. They were a family, and that was the true, enduring power that guided them, a power that was always there, waiting to be rediscovered, a power that was the foundation of everything they did and everything they were. The story of the Clampetts in Washington was a journey that reminded us all of the importance of remaining true to who we are, even when the world tries to pull us in 1,000 different directions. It was a journey of the heart, a journey of the spirit, and a journey of the family. And it was a journey that would continue, always, as long as they had each other to lean on, to love, and to share their lives with, one day at a time and always together. And as the city slept, the story lived on, in the hearts of those who knew them and in the memories they left behind. It was a story that would never fade, a story that was etched into the very heart of the capital, a story of a family that, through it all, remained exactly what they were, simple, honest, and truly, wonderfully themselves, and that, in the grand scheme of things, was the truest victory of all. The dawn approached, and with it, the promise of a new day, a new beginning.